Oh, all right. Well, let's see what happens.
Okay, let's.
Okay. Okay. Are we there?
Yes, we are.
We are live.
Yeah. No.
Oh,
Yes.
all right. Well, hi, everybody. Yeah, I'm just as surprised as you are. Hang on. I have an echo. Hang on. Hang on, guys. Sorry.
Oh, yay, it's working. I'm so glad. All right. So,
okay, here I am. Sorry. Thank you. You guys are awesomeness. Thank you so much once again for working through the technical aspects of bringing this information out to you guys. Good day, good love, and good light. Thank you, all of you. In grace and gratitude and divine honor, thank you for being with us once again for Wednesdays with Wendy and Bree. Thank you, Bree, for your time, your diligence, your brains, your perseverance, and your patience. Because without her, you guys, yesterday we worked on this all day and all day today. And on top of her working double shifts and all this other stuff and everything else we've got going on in our lives, we literally have not been able to breathe since, I can't believe it's only been a week. Has it really only been just a little over a week since we did our event? So let me first say that thank you all for being here as we have a new way, a new format of bringing this information out to all of you. We have been diligently working on how can we continue this to bring this information as we explore, expand, transform, and express all the forms of light language, and that everything, as the emissaries of the light told me, everything in creation speaks, emits a language of light, because it is the song of source, the song of all souls. And this platform, this gathering that we have been guided to has been because of our passion. And sometimes, believe me, after the last couple of days, we wonder why why this passion drives us the way that it does to go through what the hoops that we go through, just so that we can really express our own passion. So thank you to all of you for being here on this 28th day of August, 8/28, 2019. The 88 energy once again. I'm telling you, Bree and I have seen more 88s and 33s and 3s and 111, Christ consciousness. It has been, and I have to say, I even wrote down this morning, because today's date equals 21, which equals 3. And here we are in the Trinity Trinary consciousness. And she and I've been talking about this for the last, I don't know how many weeks now, but ever since the event, our building number 111, my address 111, that yesterday I got this epiphany of my birth number being 11 and hers being 1 and 111, that 1 + 1 = 3, you guys. It creates something brand new. And this gathering, and you guys create a third thing together. She, I, we, Dolores. Hi, Dolores. Love you, sister, for being with us again. We are sitting here creating a brand new thing with all of you guys. So this is alchemy and manifestation in the making. This is what it's all about. And when we share this stuff, you guys have been blowing my mind once again. And I want to say thank you to all of you. And Bree has been an integral part of all of this process for me, and all this technical blocks that I've had, and keeping me sane and calm. And I'm telling you, after all the hours that we spent yesterday, and I was in just the weirdest energy, and I had so many things going on in my heart and my mind and my soul, and all of the things that we were working on, and all this trepidation. And I tell you, I swear to God, Bree, as soon as we hung up last night, and she still had to teach, mind you, after all of that, she still had to teach. And so, and I'm cooking dinner, and I walk out there and to clean up, and what do I see? And you guys, I cannot explain this stuff. I go out, we finish up, and I look down, and there's on my kitchen counter, inexplicably, a white feather. I am not joking. Now maybe it got stuck to something in here in my little room, and when I put, okay, so what? So what? In that moment, you guys, I needed to see that white feather. I needed it bad because I needed that confirmation when I was asking, why are we doing this? Why are we going, challenging ourselves to do this? And it was because we want to so badly to do this. And even when we don't know why. And this is what unconditional love and following your passion is all about, you guys. It's about not caring. The circumstances don't matter. It's your vibration that matters. And what keeps you in your vibration is your highest vibration is your passion. What you do, what drives you in the morning. And so many amazing things have happened in the last week, especially, and messages from you guys. And today's message has really been about this, about being authentic, about no matter what, being you, and regardless of the people, the places, the circumstances. And by doing that, we literally change our circumstances, and we are able to look at what happens in our lives in a new way. And this is what Light Languages has definitely helped me with. So first of all, I wanted to again thank all of you for being here and all of your support. It is your private sessions, your ordering pre-recorded videos, your support, your sharing of this message, this sharing of these videos, your comments, your donations. All of this has made this possible because all of this is energy exchanging and a support of each other's dreams. And by you guys supporting me with the sessions, it allows me to support this and this work, and Bree and her work and what we're doing together, and to bring this Zoom room to you guys. You guys paid for this room. You guys did. That's what you need to understand. By me following my passion and doing what I'm doing, and by Bree helping me put that message out in the world, and by bringing this to you, and by you guys, I'm getting all goosey again, by me doing this work and you guys trusting me to do this work with you has paid for this, has paid for these gigabytes. I don't have high-speed internet here. It pays for everything. And this is what this is all about. Understanding that when you change your vibration and you follow your passion, the abundance will come. You will have what you need when you need to do what you need to do it. And if you look back at all the struggles and all the challenges we've all had, haven't we really always actually gotten what we needed when we needed it, even if it wasn't exactly the way we thought? So that was really the passion behind this morning, is this whole thing about the Lion's Gate and the Christ consciousness, the unity, the Trinity, that 1 + 1 = 3. And when you do something new and you share something new with another person, it creates something brand new and magnificent. And you guys, the stuff that you have sent me, the private messages, the sessions, the way I've seen you guys grow in my mentoring sessions, the way I'm watching you bloom and grow and expand is the biggest gift I could ever receive from any of you. So thank you. You can see as soon as I turn on the camera, all of the rest of it just melts away because it's only the passion that's left. So Bree, please say hi to everybody. Let everybody know if you guys want to jump in the room. We got a new way of doing things. So, and it's going to be evolving over the next few weeks. So thank you for your patience. And of course, Bree, thank you for your patience and your guidance. I love you.
Oh, I love you too, Wendy. Thank you. And of course, this is a, we build each other up, right? That's the only way we can really keep going. And so I'm just so grateful that we all get to continue connecting in this way. I'm grateful that Wendy was willing to jump forward with this. And yeah, our own Zoom room. Ooh, how fancy, right? So if you guys want to join our Zoom room here today or any Wednesday, you can go to the blog on languagesoflights.com, Wendy's website. And on the blog, we have each event posted there. And in the comments of the blog is where you will find the Zoom participation link. So come join us. We have 100 attendee spaces available now, which is really cool. Before we were a little more limited. So this is exciting. We're expanding, always expanding, right? That's the point. And if you guys want to chat in the YouTube live chat, of course, we're watching, we're following, we're reading. We want to read your comments, read your questions. This is an interactive thing we're always doing, and we want to continue to become more and more interactive. So we want to hear from you guys. And we want to hear what it is that you have experienced. We want to hear your stories, because sometimes we don't always share our own experiences. We think nobody wants to hear them, but we do. We want to hear specifically with light language, with consciousness expansion, with ascension, with our ever evolving, ever transforming path of soul growth that we all chose to collectively come here together to power through. And it's a lot of power that it can require to do so. I've been seeing yellow everywhere: yellow butterflies, yellow birds, yellow trucks, yellow cars, yellow flowers, yellow. And for me, it's really representing like power. The event that Wendy and I just got back from 11 days ago, that we did in Fort Lauderdale, Florida on the 17th of August, was called The Power and Purpose of Light Language. And we are, I'm definitely still processing, and I know Wendy is too, a lot of stuff that just happened there, the incredible people we met. I'm sure as time goes on, we will continue to talk a little bit more about magical happenings, because there's so many, it would take too long to tell all of them. But again, I'm so grateful to everybody that joined us, to everybody that watched us in the live stream or in the recording, that saw the very interesting turn of events that happened right at the beginning of the event. And some of you know what I'm talking about and why we had to get moved to a different room. So that was a lesson for us, of course, too, in us being able to go with the flow, right? The flow of energy. It had to do with water. So it was, as Wendy was talking about, the water collective, and intentionally working with water, and intentionally infusing your water with vibrations that support your highest good, instead of unconsciously, doing everything that, it's like, oh, eat your food, drink your water, go to work, do this. And it's like, we've been on autopilot, and now we can start to consciously do everything in our life, from drinking our water, from eating our food, from, walking down the street, from breathing. We can do it consciously and intend for each action to have a beneficial impact on yourself and everything else. And that's a power that we have with our consciousness and with our conscious intention. And that's one of the things that light language is it's a multidimensional quantum tool of intention. And the reason why we don't all know the answers yet as to what can it really do, what is really what is it, because we're all finding it out together. That's why we're doing these Wednesday events, because we get to explore this together, and it's really exciting. So did I leave anything out, Wendy, as far as participation?
I don't think so. I mean, everything's really, if you guys, and pretty much that's where every week we'll be posting the participation link, and the watch link for YouTube. So just bear with us as things change maybe a little bit here and there. But yeah, otherwise, no, we really are. There's times when even Bree and I, even just recalling, remembering, it's hard to explain how our perspective, even though she and I, it's like we came back home and it was like everything's changed, but nothing's changed. It's like, it's like you come home and everything looks different. It feels different. You act different. You see the world differently. You're profoundly life-altering changed. You're changed forever. And there were times when she and I would even privately can't even like talk about it because the emotion is it's still so right there that you can't even have a conversation about it. We can't even articulate. We can't even sometimes share. It's like we'll start to say something and we both look at each other and we're like, yeah, no, but you already know. You already know. And so this is where we have been encouraging people. And this is what I wanted to say to you guys too, is that I've been watching how many of you guys are really out there actually now putting yourselves out there. I have gotten several messages in the last couple of days. And today, another one again, somebody else who said, Wendy, I did it. I finally did it. I turned the camera around. Now she's not only sharing her light codes and her light languages, her symbols, but now she's talking about it. And plus she's already been doing this out in the world and doing Reiki. And so all of these things, there were so many beautiful things that came through these last couple of days, and so many things I wanted to share with you guys as examples of how light languages has helped me and helped us change our life. One of the things that it does for all of us is it really does activate our authenticity. And it was one of the things that Bree and we mentioned last week too, was I think out of everything, it has really brought forth more of our authenticity, that we're like less afraid to be real. And I'm talking about in everyday circumstances where you understand that the lion roars, but they're also very, very quiet and stealthy. And there's a different way to handle things and approach things. And so it really does. There comes a point, at least for me, in my experiences thus far, where me not being authentic, all of us, I think, experience this in some way, shape, or form, that when we're not walking to the beat of our own drum, it comes out in illness, dis-ease, all of these symptoms. But what happens truly is not being yourself becomes so illogical and so uncomfortable that what we used to think was scary and uncomfortable, like doing a live event, all of a sudden, it's like, if I don't do this, I think I'm going to, like, I don't know what, implode, explode, go crazy.
Weird how quick it can shift.
Just like that.
Yep.
And I wanted to say to you guys, and the only reason I'm reading this is because this is a live comment on my YouTube channel that I just received this morning. I'm going to have to figure out how to sign up with you on your live talk show so you can check me out and listen to all the light languages I speak. I have to keep it quiet. My husband does not approve to or of this. He talks bad about this stuff and he thinks I'm crazy and puts me down really badly and more. See, this makes me want to cry, you guys, because I've been there too. So, but I'm like you, Wendy, beautiful and divine. You lift my spirits. Love you. Elizabeth. Elizabeth, if you're watching, I know, and I've been there. And I'm going to tell you just a really brief story about when I first started hanging out in these hangouts. And it was before I met Bree. And it was one of the very first people I ever met, Sarah and Katie. Katie knows Sarah. She was at our event in Arkansas. And one day, now I was just hanging out, speaking light languages. I was hanging out with people just like you guys, but I was terrified. Nobody in my family knew, not my partner, nobody. I was terrified to let anybody know what was going on with me, and that I was seeing things and hearing things and connecting to aliens and talking to beings, and that I was channeling information and speaking these languages. I was terrified to tell anybody in my family and anybody in my world. One day, my husband came home from work and I was chatting on a hangout just like this. And it was just me and Sarah. And I said, oh my God, I got to go. I got to go. He's home. And she says to me, don't you dare. Just like that. Don't you dare hang up. Don't you dare hang up. You sit there right now and you wait for him to walk in that room and you introduce me. You guys, I know it sounds stupid and ridiculous, and even today, but I'm telling you, the butterflies and the fear and was so palpable, I couldn't breathe. I wasn't doing anything wrong. But I felt like I had to hide. And that day, I still to this day have to thank Sarah for that, because that broke the ice for me. It was that stepping stone. My turtle. He's our icon. He's like officially our mascot coming out of our shell, you guys. This is what it's all about. And I had another beautiful, I was telling you guys last week about the turtle eggs, and I heard them say, how did they say that to me? And I said it yesterday. I was hoping I could repeat it properly when they said to me, something like, as we return out to the sea, as we return out to the sea, we carry the words of thee. And I'm just like, I realized, and then they showed me the light languages and all the symbols like going out in the water and the ripples of the light languages and all the energy that happened and everything that, and the thing is that you guys, is what they're telling me is I don't even need to be there to keep doing it and to keep feeling it. I don't need to be there to do it.
Boom.
I talked to them this morning and I was like so emotional. It was like they were reminding me, don't forget, we haven't forgotten you. We know who you are. It was as if I could connect to them right then. And so a lot of the information I was receiving yesterday, I was sharing a little bit with Bree about, so a lot of really beautiful information that came through for a client. And the bottom line is we are the alchemization of everything we've ever done. And if you can look at it, as I was using the analogy of a physician who, when someone walks into the ER and they've got something wrong with them and maybe they don't know what it is, or maybe he specialized, they specialize in a particular thing, but you know what? Their entire education goes into that diagnosis. What they were showing me was everything that we are and we've studied. For example, Reiki, Galactic Reiki, Angelic Reiki, light languages, everything I've ever done, all of the information from the emissaries of the Light Collective, every word I speak to you guys, they are speaking through me from packets of information that are simply being transferred into English language that we can all understand. But every single moment I am receiving and sending in every moment, everything an accumulation of everything I've ever done. So when we are in a session, for example, when we are performing any type of healing, energy, Reiki on someone, the person receives exactly what they need. And we don't even necessarily have to say intentionally visualize, say a particular symbol, or it's as if it is. Everything's already coming through. Everything we are comes through everything that we do. And when we alight and are in our passion, that information is being sent forth through every single thing that we do. So for example, no matter what you do for a living to live your life and pay your bills. Every single thing that you are goes into everything that you do. And even Dolores and I have talked about this a great deal, about her own galactic light language artwork and symbols, and that we understand that everything that we are, every language we speak, every angel, everything that we connect to is embedded in her artwork. It's embedded into your work, no matter what you do. And these symbols, I don't know, you guys can't, if you can see them or not. Let me slide this over. Okay, so these were symbols that were done at the event. and my dear sweet Bree, she is so funny. So this was at the event. This was one of the ones that I was using as a very brief example, because we were very pressed for time because of the changes that had to be made in our schedule. So quickly I was demonstrating about light codes and symbols, and how one symbol can be an entire story, an entire Akashic record, an entire planet's story of ascension. And by me putting that, it's like the physical representation that I received of that story. And so as I'm explaining this, and I never really got to finish. And so as we kind of had to kind of quickly wrap up at the end of the weekend, we, kind of grabbed this, and I was, Bree's like, and I was just not even going to like keep it. And she's like, what, are you kidding me?
I lugged that giant pad of paper around all night long. We went to dinner. We went
I said, do you want to take it up to the room? And we needed to go to, she's like, no. She carried this thing everywhere we went, all over the place, to dinner, to the beach, and you know what, Bree, as I'm starting to think about this now, you know what? I'm saying this and I'm not even realizing that even by you walking around with this.
Yeah.
Even though nobody could see it.
Carry it to the beach, and the sides of the paper, they got a tiny bit wet. I set it down, but it kind of fell into the sand a little. So now I'm realizing that it actually even has the energy.
It does. I mean, it right. I mean, it went downtown, it went to dinner, it went to the beach. It hung out. See, this is what is so weird, that I get the kind of information that I get, you guys. I'm hearing even right now, all the conversations that we had, all of the revelations that we had, the people that we were with, everything that we experienced, all the love, all the support, all the kindness is all in this piece of paper. Because she had to carry that thing around. And then I made sure I brought it home. And then, yes, a couple of days ago, I actually signed it. I put the power and purpose of light language on here, and I put the date on there, and I signed it and put Fort Lauderdale. And it was interesting because I wrote Earth, Terra Firma, and I heard in my head, this is a message to Terra Ha. Terra Ha is the new Earth. That was the message I heard when I wrote Earth to Earth, Terra Ha. This is a message to, Earth, Terra Firma. This is a message to Terra Ha. That's what I wrote on there. And that was 2 days ago. So trust, you guys. When you're getting this information, trust it. And now I've got clients who are writing their own symbols, using them for intentional purposes, manifesting changes in their own reality simply by using and creating their own symbols, and then using them as a means of creating a new reality. And that's what's so exciting about all of this. So one of the most exciting things I did was being able to write symbols for people. So that's something that we've talked about a little bit, about how Bree said to me when she came to my house and I was showing her, she was flipping through some of my sketchbooks, and she said to me, oh my God. And now this is one I've showed her before. And actually I don't remember where it's in, which book it's in right now, Bree, but I showed her one that I had done like during and after one of our Wednesday things. And the thing is she said to me, oh my God, she said, the energy is so different when I feel it and see it in person.
When I opened those notebooks, Wendy,
she went, she closed it.
At one point, we were sitting on her porch, right? And beautiful Tennessee summer day,
Oh,
right?
it's
Like,
gorgeous.
we had perfect weather because we manifested it, because we intended for it, right? So like the weather was amazing. Really, the whole time I was there, I was so happy. And I opened up one of her notebooks of symbols. I can't explain exactly how I felt because it's hard to explain, but it was like, it felt like I was, like in those movies where they have like those magical spell books or something, and then like they open it and it starts like the glowing light is shooting out of it, and it's like I'm not really exaggerating here, although it's a fun visual, but I actually think that's what's happening. It was profound. There's something very, very, very special that I think we're all still learning about, with physical items, physical drawings, physical writing, physical all of it. Having a physical page with these symbols, a page that you can touch and feel. And Wendy, that gets into the whole next. Yes.
And I'm getting ready to talk about that. So
you. I was sobbing last night thinking about that. Just thinking about it.
Really?
God, yes.
Oh my God.
God, yes. So not to have a cliffhanger here, but there's something about the energy and the purity of it that is maybe not the same when it's on a digital screen. There's something about digital screens. There's something about digital frequencies, radio, internet. I'm not saying it's bad, but in terms of the power and the purity of the frequencies, like it's almost like, do you want to have a watered down cup of coffee, or do you want like full strength? I don't know. It's maybe not the best example.
I understand what you're saying, because we don't want to minimize the power of what we're sharing online, because most of us have to share it digitally. But what she's saying is, it's kind of like the difference between she and I meeting online and us meeting for the first time in person. You cannot, it doesn't mean that one's worse. It's just different, but it is way more profound.
Yeah,
we're meant to connect to each other.
Because, yes, distance is an illusion, and time is an illusion, and separation is an illusion, and all of that good stuff. Polarity is an illusion. But there is something to be said about, in the physical, meeting people, that the activations that happen in our light body when we're around each other's energy, and the energy fields are merging in a room, and you have, people gathering for events. It's like it keeps the energy field around the whole thing just grows and grows and grows, and it just becomes this giant light.
Yes, exactly. And I want to say hi to everybody out there. Katie, Will, Xenia. Oh my God, you guys, Maria. Thank you. I love you guys so much. And those of you, all of you that I got to meet. Oh my God, Katie, so great to see you again. Will, of course, just thank you for all your love and support and energy. And it was really just all of you, meeting all of you again, or for the first time, shall I say, even though it was the first time, it was again, because I'm telling you, I swear to God, Bree, I swear, you and I've been working in the astral too, on top of our waking hours. I woke up again this morning going, oh my God, I think I was on an airplane, but I'm sure it wasn't an airplane. I'm sure it was a ship, but I swear to you, I felt like I was in the airport again, going through security. It was the weirdest thing ever, but it was like that, but it wasn't, but it was. So maybe I was having maybe I was actually experiencing another timeline in which you and I are doing another something.
Oh, lots coming.
I know. So, and this is, so all of this stuff has been melding, and that we've been talking about all of this stuff and how amazing I've watched everybody now. People are just becoming more and more authentic because it's just becoming too painful not to be. I don't know how else to explain it. And Bashar said this is exactly what was going to happen. With that said, I would like to, if you would, Dolores, I'd like to maybe see if you wouldn't mind commenting a little bit about what we've been talking about your own artwork. And there's something I wanted to share with you guys in just a little bit that came through that I was talking to Bree a little bit about yesterday that actually came through from a private session I did this week. So, but I wanted to ask you, Dolores, a little bit about your experiences, and if you haven't already, if all of you guys out haven't heard or seen Dolores's artwork too, she does a lot of beautiful Galactic channeled kind of artwork. And can you maybe comment a little bit about that, about your essence and how that feels when you're putting the artwork out there, and how people, when they receive your symbols and things, what is your take on that? And I'd like us to speak light languages here too in a minute. So,
okay. Thank you. What to say? Okay. First picture I saw now in my mind is when I was painting one of my light language, as I call them, intuitive light language paintings. I believe that it was my 5th or 6th painting, and the biggest one. I stood in front of my canvas and wait, and I was aware that something huge wanted to come from me, and I let it. I didn't know what I was painting. I didn't know what it would be, but I so much enjoyed it. I was singing light language during I was painting. I was in some moments showing my symbols with my hands, but to no one, to myself. And I believe in the middle of those process, I at the moment saw what it is. I didn't know what it would be, but I saw that. I don't want do I want to say what it is, but I want to say that it was so fascinating for me, for my inner being. It cannot be. my thoughts was it cannot be. That cannot be true. I cannot do this. How that is not possible. But it was possible. And for that painting, many people who saw that painting told me that that painting, that vibration of that painting is so powerful, and the symbols of that paintings are telling them so many things, and that they enjoy it very much. What is my experience during painting or singing, or both in the same time, is exactly what you were talking about, my authenticity. Exactly. when I allow myself to be authentic and to allow my inner being to express itself through my artistic work in so many ways, I feel myself to be anchored, to be strong, to be truthful, to be really who I am. And light language is, among other, you both told that is for me a tool which helps me to be as more authentic as I can be. And when some of my friends saw my video clips of my paintings and singing and speaking light language, told me that those video clips have so very impact on their states of their mind. They are calming them. They are also healing them. That was very surprise for me, because I do not have any intention to help someone to heal. I only want to express myself through singing or speaking or painting light language. And it was very this reflection of those people was very big gift for me, and to tell me that I am on my path, that is my true, and to continue to be what I think, or no, not what I think, but what I feel, I sense somehow within that I really am. So I can say that the most joyful moment was when some of people who was on my workshops started to speak light language. That was the so much joy in me, that produced so much joy in me that I don't know how to describe it. It was so wow, so good. They started to speak light language.
I can understand exactly how you feel, but nope, I can't describe it either. It's like what?
I felt in my heart that that is the purpose. That is my mission. That is wow. So I was so happy, so full of love. So I don't know. I want to share with everyone what I felt in that moment. Yes.
That's what this is all about, you guys. That she just couldn't have said it better. And it's not that we set out with this, oh, I'm going to do this to have this result. It's just, we do it because we love it. And then when people reflect back to us how it's helped them, or how they experience it, it really does confirm the reason why we're doing this. And this is what was so beautiful about that. I love how you said that, how we're so, to this day, I still get so surprised when people say to me how powerful it affects them, and how it has helped them expand and overcome limitations and all of these things. And so, I mean, what a beautiful story. And becoming authentic also, have you found, Dolores, that it has also helped you, as it did for me, becoming authentic in my personal life as well, where I'm less afraid to fly my flag, show my true colors, yeah, I
in every aspects of my life.
Yes.
Like every aspects. And it I'm not sure, could I say it changes me, but or it helps me to change myself. I don't know how to say, but
well, both.
Yes.
It's like when I hear somebody speak light language for the very first time, It's as if I'm experiencing that all over again, what it's like to actually see a child walk for the first time or talk for the first time, or when you see a friend who has overcome something that they've been struggling with all their life, or that they, as Bree and I were talking about, physical healing and actual healing diseases and healing physical situations and circumstances that we know we have the power to change. Or we have the power to understand maybe we're not here to change it. We're here to embrace it and figure out what is our magic here. What is our magic here? I've given myself this gift of this experience. How is this serving me to be the most amazing human I can be? So sometimes it's not about maybe changing our physical self. It's about accepting our physical self and asking ourselves, why did I choose this particular experience for my own soul growth and expansion? Is it to overcome this, or is it to discover my true gifts and abilities because of what I have chosen?
I'm not sure, but what I want to say is something else, if I can.
Of course.
Can I? Okay. Light language helps me to be more aware of who I am, and to allow within me to everyone to be freely what they really are, and to not interfere with their free will, and to be in a so very, very much peaceful state of my being, with everything that is, with everything that my eyes see as different than my physical body, because I have that awareness that I am all that exists, not in every seconds of my daily life. Okay, you can understand that. But
I get it.
okay. But in those seconds of my daily life, I'm so much freely to express myself truly, to express myself without pressure not to do it, without any shame or struggle within myself how to do it. No, do it as you want, as it came that moment. Do it, be that, and that with that state of peaceful and calmness, when I am among others, helps them to become more calm than they are, because I don't have any intention to change anybody. I don't have any intention to try to how to say it, try to make them believe or understand what I want to say them. I allow them to freely took or not what I want to give them. And I don't have any bad or almost any feelings about them. I'm so calm in much more situation than I was earlier, before I was speaking light language. Light language has so many impacts in so many levels or aspects of my life and my beings that I don't know it will it would take many hours to explain everything about experience and light language in my life.
I think that
I'm speaking light language only 2 years.
exactly. You could not have, I think, explained it any better, any more concise, and yet and expressed it so vastly as
Thank
you
you.
just did. You really, really did touch on kind of everything. And so that was really beautiful. Really, really, really beautiful. I feel like I would love if you would, and I know I don't need to ask you twice. I feel like I would love for you to speak, to give us a blessing that encompasses in light language what you just said. And I don't know, I feel like there's a way that there's something that you'd like to express but by way of light language.
You felt it, right? Because
Of course I did, because it was like you jumped right into my heart space. So I was like, okay,
you're reading my mind.
So yes, go for it.
Okay. But Hirahara natanta leheya mawane keya tanahe. Heya wa mahono hameya lehitara. Hoya hana tikarava nahamyodokea. Lahlayo nahantaravana. Lahlayo manake. Narakavana. Entra mahwakyo ane tarahamanaka. Leila lahiano. Lahiatera taravanaka. Lela mahwaranate, intia kiakiakiatoro, mahwaranaketare, amwanate vahvayana, vavahako mahalane, yeto rahana kataya, yeto mawana kotra amwane, mihiakaya, vahiano, vahianete, viahamana halakara, trova shakera, freya mejone, freya mahuana konto, nihele chiara, meo ahantoyo, meo amahera chiara hannanaka, lehleyo, lehleyake, lehye chiarana, ti hamuatani kawawana, mioat yane mioma, karnake taravanya ke yomatnta, lehiena hamawe lihtiarkenanaha, nehye kyotora mahantara, nehye vahanyo kierana hatyane, mieka tiahara mahwa aketurnante, mieka mahwa ayo tenararaka, nielaneke, nia hiatre, yona hantya kora havanetara manno, mawanaka, mantoro ova hayanake, antiero, ehvana chiarante, ehvana mionoke, ehvana mata anna kalanaye kiataranaha. Emwa muahate, emwa muahia kierana heya, emwa manahalakiana, emwa tera kiatera, tiera hantara waha, nahwa gaye, nahwa amwane, nahwa likira anate kira havananaha, Yena lihie muatana, vahlane, vahalakoro onne kaya, kaya vahyana, kaya lenohe, kaya ehiete kya chvaramatyo, muateke, muanana, miaheleya kiarane, miahe vahyantana anehe, ontianahe, lehleya, Lehi Moahantaranaka. Namaste.
Yeah, Shote. Wow. Gosh, Anante. It was as if I could hear every word in English that you were saying. It was so beautiful. I was hearing, it's not about fighting, it's about allowance. It's about being together, not against each other. It's about trusting yourself. It's about becoming who you are. There was so many beautiful things there was so many beautiful layers to it. I can't even interpret it all. It was just so beautiful.
It's something else that wants to be spoken. Ehwa, nieto, kamwane, ehwa, kara, ohrana, nihelekeo rahamwa, nihelekero antianoko, niha, vava, ntare, muate, yaha, kleneya, klero, aharane, kiamwana, Mia Karanaha, Mia Yohane, all together, Mahuana Kientanaha, Naharane, now, together, we are one, Mahuana Kiranaha. Right in that very much moment, Mahorakiano, Mahoranakiane, Yeho Taharanaha, just many, many facets of the one there is. Nihya Kyatana Hamwa, all together, Mahwantekenea, in love, in light. Tihiano Kontanaha, Tihiano, in love, in joy. Tiharana Kanteya Havana, in light, in play. Mohwarana Hantia Keyoana Hantia Nakuara Hamamate, Tiahoraki Anate, Telarana Mamate Kitanahaya. We all are one. Be like Tahoriakananahe. Be freely who you are. Maharkiana Hantihe. Allow yourself to be foolish, joyful, happy, because you already is all of that. Mahwarakiano Hantianaha. Tiharanakayo. You already is whatever that is. Maharaklaya Antikorahamanaha. You just have to allow yourself to be aware of that. Everything is within you. Don't be afraid. Fear is illusion. You are whole. Marokana hantia kataha. You are all. Mera hantia kita arnate hekha. You are that one that is. Saharana kayo. All that is, all is within. Maranate, maranate. Be authentic. Harnakaya. Allow yourself to be free. Hemwatena, hemwatena, because you already are free. Marhanto kaya ne hantalalanaka. Mahwanta kira hanya keturahanaha. You are free. Mehrnaka yoha. Mehrnaka yoha. You are love, taranaya. You are true, taharanayo. You are peace, mehiena, mehiena, mehiena. You are everything that is. You are non-violence. Mahwara kana hantinoho. Mana kietara henya katae.
Miyato Shiniata. Thank you, dear sister. Niabo Aikiashana and your team, your guides, for these beautiful words. Jemiatu Aikiashano te amaniatu akima inana kuakuama yeshanania kuakori ashana setoli amaki. Vejanoti amiki alako samate yamalakora koshana sete liamalaki. Lejanotori enki anamalako yamalaka sete shinate amalako. Vejanotu yamalako tepa ashes sonotori amalaki. Lejanotoni maki ukosha mazonotele yamalako epokoshana seto shuma. Avojonote yamalako se masateshi nati alako samase. As a picture can speak 1,000 words. Izomojanetela kezamolahamakola. Edakilangayana niamalakoteria shanotinia malakoteria so amaakia daniano akoa. Avajanetela kuamalakua washa. Light language spoken and received. Zamojanetela kusamasete iama can contain millions of prayers. Azomoteshanakiwa oshala kuamala. Zamashote da ia, your prayers of a lifetime. Maluama koa alishizanate. Zimu untabiashanate da namalakote manokose need not be listed singularly. Zamojane deawa. For they are expressed anayawakia in every sound, every tone, every symbol, every syllable of the language of light. You carry the elements of the souls of creation within each symbol and sound. Jama ito samota yamala kania mala kosena luama kola. Jenati ashana sharing the stories of the ages. Imalukunya malakosena amakawa of the masters and the angels, of the elementals and the Elohim and the Eli abojana telaki. Ialahana malakote melala lako malajuna telaki awa. Eva janati lako samasena sharazina araramaliano no apako. The voice of the father and the mother. Mianuma ka yoshonose. Zimoshonotiba oshanete da iatoria sanashota ilakosenase. Mitaria ahana malakoterea. That which is called God, source, all that is. Aviashonoteria imakia sanaseto seto. For truly all that is all that you are. And all that you are is all that is. For the one is the all. The one that you call this one is all of you. And all of you are what you call the one. This is what you came to remember. Thy will be done. For you are the mirror of God. You carry the magic within you. As light as a feather. For a thought is light as a feather. Yet it becomes a belief that becomes an action, that becomes a thing. A material world, a material representation of your thought is your reality. What you believe about yourself and what is true about your creation is the mirror you will receive. It is the compass to show you what you do and do not desire to create, and how you can perceive a situation from a new perspective and a new point of view. Allowing to see that which you perceive as a negative as an opportunity to see from another point of view of source. Every moment that you receive information and send information, you are literally receiving different perspectives from the same one source from a different point of view. All of them are equal. All of them are sacred. All of them are source, for there is nothing that separates you from source, for you are that which is what you call source. Janatoyamaki, pashonosete. Avajono teleki mazono taliama alakosona seba jana telekiso totorshona tabelekera la janatea sarasate. Payashana. Miatoshe. Miashote sema torekia. Miashanate. Miasanase. And we invite you to allow and explore these perspectives, for they are as true as yours, as your truth. Niazonateshanasete, zemasote, but they are yours to choose as your truth, or not to choose as your truth. Vajanote, but to be allowed as a choice. Zanashanote, for all to explore. For each and every one of you that is telling the stories to source, you are sharing your stories with all that is, and all that is collecting information and sharing back to you the mirrors. Zamojonatele kisanotere ilakosanasete lajanote isanasetashi ijanotore isanase. And again, you are all the students and all the teachers simultaneously. Zamoshona sajashe ilajonate lagajanasete sadisa sanasho.
Jera mato kena haiwala neheyo. The truth is one, but it manifests in infinitive ways and forms. Mitwaranama nekyo naha. Practical advice mahwaketronaya. When you communicate with what your eyes sees as other, mahwaranakya no hantyanoka, allow him or them to have their story, their perception also as the true one. Mehwakara nahoyo. On your path, pahwarana kayen nahe. In your daily life, maharanang kontona yoho. Be aware of that information, mahwana kirana hantianaka, because it helps you to go through your life smoothly, with the flow, without conflict, pahwarnaya, in co-create with others, maharana kantonayo, ihlakyana hantyahadnaka. Everyone is one true part or parts of one, the one biggest true, that is mahyekurana teke yaharna mama ketanaha. When you speak to your friend, to your husband or wife, to your child or parents, mahyekuranahayo, be aware that everything is true. Only your mind your mind perception is that it isn't so, but it is so. Mahyarakwana hantyono kalayane. Kyaharnaya haya kawanaha. Allow everyone to be who they really are freely. Mahyana kyana hantyan. And the result of them will be the peace within you. Mahwar kandaya nahenna kyala nahe. Yaharanaka yanantaranahama yakutona. Lehyanakayo. Lehyanakayo. When the peace is in you, the peace will be in your family. Maharokana halaniyakaya tananaha. When your family is peaceful or peace is in your family, the peace will be in your city or in your country. Mahalakirana hintoyakana hayanaka. When your country is in peace, the whole world will be in peace. Mahiranakaya. You have to start within you. Mahalakeya nahantirakana mahawanaketeheya. And peace will be all around the world. Tehirana kuramantananahayo. Lahana karanaye.
Ina kahia na kia oina kia sono I kia aina ma o koia shana te ila kosa te ashana sete. Hi, Ivy. I wanted to welcome Ivy and Bree. Was there anything you'd like to add to that, Bree, light language or otherwise? She's like,
I'm letting that settle in
your bones, in your light body.
Really all of that was really intense. I was feeling so much energy, especially in my back, the back of my neck. I'm realizing is like my main point of sensing energy. So it's fun as we can, continue learning about ourselves and exploring and learning how we tick, right? So, wow, thank you, ladies. Wow.
I know it was some powerful stuff, you guys. Yeah, gosh.
And you know what? Do you know what? When you were speaking, like you were speaking what I was feeling or thinking.
And it happens to both of us all the time. It's like, I swear.
Why would say that? I don't know. No, whoa. Look, my words, my thoughts, my feelings. Whoa.
And I got to show you guys something too. So as we were setting up today too, I was telling you about the feather yesterday. And then I don't know if you guys have seen the back of my business cards, but I took this photo and Bree insisted that it go on my website and on my business card. So it was like, because the feather and something about that, it was just, I saw that laying there just now on my card. And I realized that today, as I was setting up, not only did I see my card laying there, but I also found another feather laying there. And it was interesting because I was looking for this feather when you were here, Bree. I had set it aside for you. And then when you were here, I couldn't find it. And then I found it again. So that was very interesting that it just sort of appeared here again. And I have to show you guys, normally I don't really share this kind of like personal stuff, but you know, I got to love my mom. She's, you know, this is one of those things where she was one of the ones I was so afraid to show my authenticity and my true colors. And yet she's been my biggest fan all along and has said to me, you know, I'm so happy that you are finding who you truly are and that you're finding comfort and finding your own voice and who you know, and she's always known I was different. And so she's very happy for me that I finally found this in all of you. And so I don't know if you're watching, Mom, but hi, love you, sis. You know, I have to show you guys my mom. She said, I got this in the mail after our event, Bree. And I had to laugh because I just opened it. I just got it. And it says on the front, you are like a rainbow of awesome. And it's all the colors of the rainbow. So I thought that was very, very fitting today. And I also saw a clip today that I shared with a couple people that was shared with me from my sister-in-law, Connie. So if you're watching, hey, sweetie, thanks for the share, about Pink and the artist Pink, and how she was just relaying us a story about her daughter. And I believe she was accepting an MTV award. I don't know if it's new or old. I don't know how old the clip is, but the fact of the matter is I needed to see it today. And I received it from my sister-in-law today. Exactly when I needed to hear it. And it was just about really what we're talking about being yourself, being authentic, about she doesn't care what anybody says about what she is her own artist. She flies her own colors. And she was talking about how all the greatest of the artists who were out there, who are gay, transgender, they're labeled, who are, but yet they went out there, did it scared, did it authentically. And yet these are the people that we look up to the most. And isn't it weird, you guys, that most of them are the ones who have already made their transition? And so nearly every one of them she named. So very interesting that she sent me this card. And on the inside, she said, "You are the sunshine of my soul." And it was dated 8/19/19. And so all that time I was so worried about being afraid about being myself. And yet now, because I am myself, I'm showing my true colors. And I don't even know what those are day to day. And they change day to day. They change every day, you guys. Don't stick to one thing, because if it changes today and your passion changes tomorrow, so what? Let it change. Let yourself fly and freely morph and move through this stuff. And you know, today's date equals 3. The Syrian Sacred Circuit, brought to us by Bashar through Daryl Anka, is 3 for balance. But to get today's date equals 12. Act. How are we acting on the beliefs and the thoughts? And Bree and I, and it was funny because 12/12/12 was part of our whole event thing. 12th floor, 1284 was our room, which equaled 1212 was 333, and the 33 in our building was 111. All of this stuff. And then even this today, these messages, these angels, and you look at the inside of the envelope, you guys, from the card, it's all like symbols and stuff. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. I mean, seriously, I'm going to open this envelope because it looks like something, you guys, that we draw. How is that any different? So it's the art of the soul. So yeah, Bree, go ahead. I need a drink of water.
Oh, as soon as you held up the sacred circuit, the Sirius sacred circuit for Connect, I immediately had some light language come through. So I can share some of that, I guess, because it's still coming. So in out an I in is an I in I o to in ni ois an ais in I ook ais at I an I nu oa nish I ish ook I in na o snd ish in it on no oa a in ni an no on ni an ni ish a I o shi I na is o I ike en na an an no I yash o ash an ne an I and osh at I osh und os und ish and is yes out ish ke in it yes os onot osh ke in yes at ish kasi and out osh kat and yes at yan soko o soko to so to shi sini ti in ne o ti yo huasi sholo o mo eni iolo homane ala inia ono ahalenia hana hala hanea hala hanea how no hone hine yoto hanea te ata to ete yato eta no uishi mo ania so oshata antia te asuki is yo ushi yes ushu so shuko nse so dash is aun nish I in now wete au eta au shin now okay ni hioso hiyoshoko an yasio shoko so shona yaso ese mesio so kashi yaso how sin yata mashiatara. Wow. Feeling all this energy in my crown chakra. Feeling it more intensely recently. I can't even describe the just everything. I think my internet is breaking up here or something. Uh-oh.
It isn't.
It isn't? Okay, good. Then it is Wendy's.
Yes.
All right. Everything was frozen. I was like, sometimes I open my eyes after, like bringing through some light. Welcome back, Wendy. Let me make you the...
Bree, you were teaching us something, all of us. It was so beautiful.
Whoa, that one like blew me right out of the water.
What do you mean, Dolores?
I don't know. I felt that you were teaching us when you were speaking light language now. You were teaching us so kindly and so slowly with some very big truth. I don't know how to explain, but it was... Thank you. Namaste.
Beautiful.
Yes, it was very beautiful. Yes.
Well, it's funny because that's kind of how she teaches in general.
Yes.
Yes. So it's kind of funny that you said that, because that's how she has that way of being, she just has that way about her, of the way she teaches and how it's kind and patient and
gentle. Yes. Very
gentle. Yes. Very gentle. The way she approaches things. And even me, I had to laugh because we were joking about how she says my name in certain ways. And I know the different tones and the way she says it. Just by she's saying my name, I know exactly what she's trying to tell me. And I even told her, I said, she has this sweet way of saying my name. And it's like, I just said this to her today. I said, you have this way of, you're gently admonishing me when I say things that are really stupid or bad about myself or just negative in general. And she's just like, has this way of saying, Wendy. It's just the way she says it. It's like her way of saying, that's enough of that.
Well now.
Well.
We have to, pull our... Oh, I just got the vision of the high priestesses in the pyramids, right? And how they had ropes tied to their... Didn't they have ropes tied to their ankles? Do you remember when we were in the Global Pyramid Conference and we're listening to the speakers? Do you remember that part? I don't know if it was Anita Meyer talking about that, but one of them they were talking about how the high priestesses had these ropes, and like I think it was our guess, maybe it was their guess, was that they went so high into the dimensions as, pyramids being stargates and time travel machines and everything beyond, and how they had to be like yanked out, like basically pulled if they went too far, like if they to get them back to Earth, essentially, like to bring them back. If they, I don't know all the details, and I don't know if the thing is actually true, but this is like the image that we were kind of getting. So that's what
that is so awesome.
Of like, sometimes we need to just kind of get yanked back to like our higher dimensional reality, right? Of like when we go into the self-deprecation and the negative programming and, oh, I can never do it and I can blah blah blah, and it's like, Wendy,
that's it. That's it,
Wendy. You realize what you're saying to yourself, right? Do you understand? Right?
That's the one. That's the one I heard this morning in my meditation. All of a sudden, I don't know what I was thinking about. All of a sudden, I hear Bree, Wendy, and it's like I busted out laughing out loud because I was like, cut it out.
I think that's very funny. You heard that during
It was. I busted because I was just.
I am at my own house now. I'm no longer in Tennessee, but I guess my energy is still.
I don't know what I was thinking about, but I did. I heard her say that, like in her soft self way that she says, like when I say things like that, like Wendy, like, are you for real? Oh, you guys make me laugh so much. Ivy, hey, I wanted to share something with you guys in a minute, but I wanted to say, Zinnia said she watched that pink video today too.
What are the odds of that?
Very inspiring. And it was funny. I sent it to you, Bree, and my sister and my mom, and my sister said, oh, my sister-in-law had already sent it to my sister too. So she had already sent it. So I thought that was very interesting.
Oh.
Yeah, it was really good, you guys. If you look it up, like I said, it's Pink MTV Awards, I think, or something. And anyway, so it was really, really good. Oh my gosh. Ivy, hey, how you doing, doll? You want to say hi?
Yeah. Okay, I guess I got it.
Hi.
Thank you. Hey, is it just 4 people in the room today?
I think so far. Yep. So yeah, join in, anybody who wants to join in. But yeah, so far it's just us, and we got a bunch of people out there watching. Hey, love you guys. Christy, Xenia, hey guys, love you guys. And anybody else who I can't see, I don't see comments from, but hey, love you. Thanks for coming.
Joined us. Hey girl.
Hey, Alicia, girl, Temple. Hey girl. Yeah. Temple is in the house.
I'm in the house.
You are going to love.
Yay.
You are going to love what I'm going to share here very shortly. So anyway, hey girl, go ahead, Ivy, and then go ahead if you got something to share after Ivy. Temple, go ahead. Hey girl.
Oh yay! I'm so glad that Temple's here. I've watched you guys do videos together before and really enjoyed her energy. So that's a special treat.
Oh, thank you.
Speaking of pyramids and stuff.
Whoop, whoop.
An artist. And because Pink named Michael Jackson today in that video. So it's, of course, you would be here today, Alicia, because she talked about Michael Jackson in that video. The one I'm talking about right now, she mentioned him by name.
Wait a minute. Did you just say Pink?
Yes.
The entertainer Pink?
Yes.
Like Ramses, I sent this to Bree. Ramses just sent me a Pink song. Like
what?
A couple days ago.
Guys.
And it's so crazy, Wendy, because it goes with everything that's like so important. And I can't think of the song right now, but I will. But I'll let you talk.
Go ahead, Ivy. Oh my God. See, you guys see how this works? Oh my God. Go ahead, Ivy. Sorry.
Lots of synchronicities. I don't know what you guys were talking about before I got here, but it sounded like maybe something to do with seeing the other levels of situations while you're
That's one of, yes.
In the middle of something, am I right?
Yeah, we were talking about how light languages helps
That's
us see things from a new perspective, and how can we see a negative thing in a different light, and just all, and how even in your artwork we talked about how all of what we are is embedded into what we do, and how your artwork contains all of your, you know, your Akashic records and your knowledge and your team and your guides, and how people, when they see it, if they don't even know what's happening to them. And we've talked about this a little bit, but yeah, seeing life from a different perspective and having something really crummy happen to us and be able to see it from a new light, that kind of thing. Yeah.
Okay, good. That's the vein I thought you were on. And that's been a vein that I've been going over and over in my mind recently, because I found myself in situations and looking at them way more multidimensionally, way quicker than I used to be able to. You know, I used to be able to later on, I'd go, oh, well, I reckon that really meant this, but it's coming faster. I don't know if it's the veils getting thinner, and the light language has definitely changed my life, even though I don't repeat it to you guys yet. You know, it's still, you know, it's there when I go to sleep and waking up. It's just telling me things and teaching me things. So I credit that as my guides taking me to school as soon as I'm unconscious every night. So that's how light language has changed my life. But the multidimensionality thing has really started. This is an example to a court hearing. And of course, you know, I was dreading it. I've been to courts and stuff before, and to try to clean up and look civilized, and that's harder and harder for me. But I went into Knoxville, and it was this old courthouse building that I'd never been in before, with these huge wooden stairs and big wooden doors, lots of history. You could feel it resonating. The wood had soaked it up. And I went upstairs, and by chance, my court, they had forgotten about me and they closed. So I went through a series of phone calls, and I was sitting on these like church pew things out in this lobby upstairs by myself, alone in this echoing place, talking to this judge. He gave me a telephone hearing. So we went through that. And immediately when we hung up, I'm like, oh my God, I just saw all the other levels. I felt all the other levels of the 4-dimensional entities that are living in, have been living in that building for so long, feeding off of the loosh. And I was like, whoa, maybe that's why I had to go into that building, to feel that much of the history, and not, I didn't look at it as, here's little me in court with all these big gatekeeper people. Oh my God, I hope they don't look at me weird. It was more like, oh my God, all these little suckers flying in the air. Let me get out of here. And so I immediately saw it from the more multidimensional perspective. And something else happened a few days ago that I wanted to tell you about really bad, and I can't remember what it is. Part of being multidimensional, I guess, makes me really spacey. But, you know, it started, you know, where my guides taught me early on in this activation that started like a year and a half ago, to see the other levels. And I almost immediately was able to see some of the other levels of when Ashlyn passed, how we had a soul contract, and it was for my growth and his growth, and don't waste it. And you know, I'm still working on my growth. He graduated and did his. But yeah, it's oh, here comes that inarticulation again. But yeah, man, it's like, you know, but yeah, the other levels, and I think the faster I can switch into other levels when I'm doing encounters with other people, the more effective I can be. And there was one instance, day before yesterday morning, a possum killed one of my chickens, one of my nice chickens in a nice chicken pen. And it cornered itself, so I couldn't get it out of there. It was a tricky situation, and I didn't want to hurt it. I didn't want to kill it. So I got on Facebook to my backyard chicken group and some other people, and I'm like, help, ongoing situation. I need ideas. And I got a bunch of crappy ideas like, call animal control. I'm 30 minutes out in town. I'm in the woods. Animal control is not going to do this. Shoot it. I don't have a gun. Trap it. I don't have a trap. I'm here alone. How do I deal with this possum now? And finally, this one guy came on and said, talk to it. They're not stupid. Just calm down. And I'm like, oh, you're right. And I thought, yeah. And then I heard a little bit of activity down in the chicken pen. I'm like, uh-oh. And I just thought to the possum, yeah, just go on. You're well fed. Just hit it and I'll batten down the hatches after you're gone. And I went down there. Possum was gone. As soon as I shifted, the situation alleviated itself. And I think that's a big analogy, metaphor for everything that we do all the time. And I don't know if I think light languages, my guides, or who or what for that, but it's really cool.
That was perfect.
That
right there was a perfect analogy story of we shift billions of times, moment by moment by moment by moment. And I've seen this, Bree and I've witnessed it. Even my husband has said to me in the last few days, I don't know what's going on with me, but I am experiencing time differently. And it's just,
wow.
When you said that story, it reminds us that in that moment, this is what we're talking about, you guys. In that moment, we have the opportunity to change and shift our reality and believe it can be different. Believe it can be different. And the fact that you eliminated all of the other things and ended up being the most obvious one of them all. Talk to the animal. Yeah. I mean, even the other day, it's just, so it's very interesting how we end up in these situations, but that whole with the court thing. And this is what we're talking about how can we look at a situation another way. And even when, say, we come across a financial hardship or something surprises us or something unexpected happens that we consider, oh my God, what am I going to do? We realize we have to know in that moment, we are always going to be supported, that no matter what, somehow, some way, you will have exactly what you need to do to solve the situation, to take care of it. You will have everything you need to do, what you need to do, when you need to do it, how you need to do it, even if you don't think the how, because, somebody's, oh, we'll shoot it. We'll do this. We'll do that. And well, there's got to be another way. And you said, how? Well, I'm going to talk to it. What have I got? So
right.
That was
and another
perfect
thing that I learned was, the actual talking to it, the actual asking, that your guides won't necessarily interfere unless you invite them to. And then once you invite them, you got to be prepared for their methodology. An instance of that was, I struggle with abundance. I get by, I have everything I need, but it would be nice to have a little bit more. So I talked to my guides about it. I'm like, come on, y'all, please. This is just too difficult. Just need a little bit more. So a couple of weeks ago, a job landed in my lap. Just boom. I don't have to leave the house. It's on the computer. It's using website skills, things that I know how to do. And I'm like, oh, damn, I manifested that, didn't I? And it's like, okay, well, the mixed blessing is perfect. It's for somebody that I've known for 30 years. So they know my space tendencies and my other tendencies that, help enhance my performance. And they know I'm perfect for this job. And it takes time out of my day. It's like, hell, even though, it's something I don't have to leave the house. All I got to do is click and paste and still takes a couple hours each day. So right now, I'm having an adjustment issue, delegating the time to that and still having time for everything else that I do during the course of the day. But yeah, it's center. We can train levels. We can easy it. You're gonna get it. But manifesting and stuff.
I love that. Thank you so much. That was awesome. I really appreciate you sharing all of that, because that just, this is what our goal is too, is to, it's not just about light languages, but it's about how does this all play in our day-to-day life? How can we actually apply this stuff and empower ourselves by expressing it and sharing it with each other? And this is what I love about all of this. It takes the esoteric out of it and realizes that this is a gift that we have, that's part of us, but we can actually apply it in the 3-dimensional reality, but to create a different type of a different type of reality, and move us into this higher 4th and 5th dimensional energy. So
this is esoteric.
It really is. I mean, so, yeah. Anyway.
Our reaction as well.
Pulling the two worlds together,
Yes, bridging.
Yeah.
Bridging.
Right. Actually, I have a thing to add to that, and then I would
right.
So last night, as I was kind of starting to relax a little bit right before bed, I turned on the OA, which is a show on Netflix that I've never watched before, but everybody's telling me, like, you have to watch the OA. Well, Wendy, this is a synchronicity from the conversation you and I had yesterday, which we are going to share today before we're done, about the power of physical written light language, and we'll talk a little bit about that. So in the specific scene I'm talking about, in the first episode of the OA, the woman spent her life blind. A long story, but to keep it simple, she spent her life blind, and suddenly her sight came back. For the first time, then she was able to see. And that links to what we're going to talk about with the symbols and people who are blind, which is part of the reason I was crying, like, oh my God. And so what happened in the show was there was a troublemaker boy, and he did something bad at school, and the teacher was going to expel him. And the character of the show was asking the teacher, what was your reason for beginning to teach in the first place? Instead of hearing out, okay, he was a bad kid, he did something wrong, yes, let's move forward and expel him, she shifted the whole conversation. She said, why did you become a teacher? And she was trying to get information out of the teacher, and it ended up, the conversation went in the direction of, like, maybe he could be your reason for being a teacher. Maybe it's the ones who need the attention. I'm not wording this very well. She was basically saying, like, instead of throwing them out, maybe addressing them in a different way, shifting how you're working with the situation and problem solving, right? And so I think it links up to what you were sharing, Ivy, where it's like, we immediately go to, like, how can I get rid of it? How can I trap it? How can I kill it? How can I, if there's a problem, how can I destroy it? And sometimes it's like, how we could go into, how can I talk to it, communicate with that energy, with that being, whether it's an animal, a person, a spirit, a plant, a situation, a feeling, an emotion, a thought. It's all energy, right? They're all conscious beings in their own energetic resonance, as all energy is consciousness. So I feel as though it was a direct reflection, what I watched in that show last night, and what you just said. It's like, you decided to speak with it and meet it one-on-one, not from I'm above you, I'm a human being, and I have some apparent higher level of sentience, even though we're learning a little different, So that's really cool. Thank you for sharing, Ivy. It's a great story, and I'm happy that you were able to do that. And I think, Wendy talks about that all the time. Even with the snakes, Wendy said, hey, snakes, you need to not be on my porch, please. I respect your space. Don't be on my porch. And it's through intention, and it's through your heart space of communicating with animals. And so, and there's lots of information out there about animal communication. Huh? What'd you say?
Oh, and remembering our multidimensionality at all times if possible.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, I think that's the crux of a lot of that.
Yeah, staying conscious. And we can sink back into moments of unconsciousness. Trust me, it happens.
Oh
but,
yeah,
you know, but it's like,
all the time.
yeah, but like you start to raise back, oh, wait a minute, I can be aware of what I'm doing right now, and I don't have to do things on autopilot without any idea of the energy I'm actually putting into it. So it's really cool. And let's see, so we're not at the hour mark yet because we got started late.
Because we got started late, but I want to make sure that Temple gets a chance to say something, share a little bit, and then
to sweet Temple. Let's go to Temple. We have cool things to share. So how's it going?
How's it going, girl? What's up? What's up?
Yeah, it's been it's been good. I think a lot of people are still incorporating and balancing the Lionsgate energies because they were like super crazy this year.
Totally. And then and Bree said yesterday too about the Schumann resonance being really high or something. I was all over the place yesterday, and then she says to me last night, right before we were wrapping up, she says, "Oh, by the way, the Schumann resonance was like as high as." I was like, "Well, that makes a lot of sense."
And I think for me personally, like I had this moment last night at some point of like just an energy lift where I kind of lifted and I was feeling lighter, and like everything just was like, oh, okay, it just combined together and all made sense. And then you're back on track, you know, in that wonderful spiral that we all are going through all the time. But that was really crazy what you said about Pink, because like Ramses just gave me this song and I had to look it up because he was giving me lyrics and I didn't know what the song was, but I knew that it was a Pink song, and it's called What About Us? And it says, we are the searchlights we can see in the dark. We are the rockets pointed up at the stars. We are billions of beautiful hearts. You sold us down the river too far. What about us? And then it goes about, what about love? What about trust? We are the problems that want to be solved. We are the children that need to be loved. We were willing. We came when you called, but man, you fooled us. Enough is enough. And it just says, what about us? What about us? And I don't know. It's a great song. I love it. It just gives me goosebumps every day because it's kind of like a call to action song, you know, like, are we going to keep going this way?
I love that song, Alicia.
Come together and unite, and yeah. So, yeah, wonderful. I'll share a little bit of light language. I have some stuff coming through. Nishataya sa una tiasa kulujuba jaka azana tiatu bushitiasana lahana saka yoto tiana tiala ana tiatoyana tayaka bushitiasana ayata ia puna tia kulushania zanata kasha ana hasa atiata ia mushuta paepa ulokupiashata tiana sata ayata anata hukutu nashitiasana ata wapushuna jata seka atata sana ia lahana tia Mushutea ku upia liiki anasanati ata hukulushniata wajanata nasate bushutu ayazana ata kushonita ioto upapai yanatiata aka tisinata ayashana ata bulu unutu sianata kaniatiata asaki otutia nahala yasanana asana mahala. Namaste.
That also felt to me like a kind of like teaching. Again, like we're all you know, and again, we're all teachers of the teachers here. And I keep saying that over and over again, but it's so true, you guys, that each and every one of us who are in this room, and all of you that are watching, anytime you come across any of these videos, we have to remember, and I've said this a million times to my clients too, we have to remember, out of 7.5 billion people on the planet, how many people are doing this? 1 million? Maybe? What's your guess, Alicia? Maybe 1 million? Do you really think it's that high even? I mean, I'm talking just light languages and specifically, but I'm talking about all of this kind of work. You know, out of the whole population of the planet, we've got to remember what a little part of the population we are. And I heard something yesterday or today or whatever about the 144,000 that has always rang true to me. It's not a number of people, it's a frequency.
I would agree with the
It's not a number of specific individuals. It's about a frequency.
Yes.
It's about, if you can reach that frequency, that's what that's about. And so my question is that I'm getting the goosebumps now. This is my kind of, confirmation is, how many of us are striving to reach and maintain that frequency, and how many aren't, and how many, by us doing this work, how we literally emanate this frequency out there to everybody, that trinary consciousness, that idea of unity consciousness. We literally vibrate it when we go out in the world because of how you and me and all of us are vibrating. Literally how the frequency in which we vibrate, and how this is what they're talking about, the paths, the train tracks splitting, which direction are we going in? And I felt like a lot of what you were saying, Temple, was about that, about this is it, you guys. This is the time to decide what you're going to do. Is it going to be about, flying your flag and being unique, and this is us and this is who I am, or am I not going to follow my own authenticity? And so I really felt like that was a huge part of your message.
I totally agree. And I think it's really funny because you said, this is it. And then that's the Michael Jackson connection coming back in.
Oh, yeah.
On the whole
my God. Yep.
But so true. So in my mind's eye, I see a 3, but I have 3 commas. So 3 commas is what? So 1,000, a million, a billion, 3 commas? Is that how it goes? Look at us.
It is
6 zeros is a million. So
billion. If there's 3 commas.
3 commas. I saw 3
in
commas.
the billions.
Okay, so then I guess my question would be, what timeline is that on? Like, what timeline am I currently on now? That's the question. I don't really know. Maybe you do. But it's bound to change at any second.
Can we ever actually answer that question? Because it's literally shifting billions of times a second. So,
right? Oh, I missed you girls.
Oh, I know, it's been too long, man. I was just thinking about that the other day. I was just thinking about that. I was like, you know what? I've got to do some more readings with Alicia, because it's been too long. I'm like, I get itchy. It's like, you know what I mean? I get my itchy. My cards are like, hey, we're bored. Hey.
Oh, I love it. My car's talking to your cards. They're like, has she used you lately?
Has she doing
I don't know, has she used you lately? And they're like, let's put out the vibration so they use us.
That's so exactly. So now it's like, and then you hopped in today, so it was like so perfect. And I don't know what is on your dress, but from my point of view, it looks like cupcakes. But you know what? All of a sudden, first thing I thought of was, wow, that looks like spaceships. And
spaceships
then it looks,
are mushrooms.
but now it looks like mushrooms.
Mushroom spaceships.
It's mushrooms, but I got it because I thought it looked like spaceships.
See? So first I saw spaceships, then I saw muffins, and then I saw
oh my God.
Well, you can have mushrooms and muffins inside the spaceship, so it all goes together, right?
Oh.
Snacks. We need snacks.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah. And yes, we were talking about that the other day. Bree and I were talking about that the other day, because when she was here and I was showing her the tea from Terra Teas, from Gloria. And so yeah, if you guys want some amazing tea, Gloria Clark from Terra Teas. Oh my God, she's in Canada. And she does her own stuff and her own blends and it's her own company. And I'm telling you, her tea is freaking magical. I don't know what it is. So Alicia and I did a tea party one night with her tea, and it was so good. And I do want to have her on again, and I'd like to do it again because her audio was kind of goofy. Her audio was kind of cutting out and stuff. So she didn't really get a chance to share as much as I would like to about her tea and her business and her company. But anyway, we had such a good time. And so yeah, I've been we've been wanting to do another tea party card reading.
We had hats, didn't we?
Oh
we
yeah,
wear
so we did
silly
our
hats?
hats that night too. Oh, you know what? We have to do one with where I wear my Michael Jackson jacket. Remember that red thing that I bought? Oh, we totally have to do. And I'm gonna wear my fedora.
For my
And
pyramid
check-
hat.
I forgot to show it to
Oh my gosh.
Bree when she was here in person. It's like Bree, I can't even describe it to you because the shoulders are like these little metal pointy things, and it just like it's almost too freaky to be true. Oh, Bree's got her hat on. Yeah, and I've got where'd it go? Oh, here it is. So I've got my
Your hat is so awesome.
my pyramid hat. So I've got mine.
Everybody's got a triangle.
Now this has got all of the elements. We've got fire, earth.
Everybody's got. I'm gonna have to make myself a triangle hat now.
Oh, totally, man. Just make, and you guys, all of you, seriously, remember when we were kids and used to make those things with the, what do you call those, with the little answers inside, and you'd fold the paper and then you could do this and with you remember, and you'd open it up and it would have a different answer for, oh my God. Who's it behind you now? Did you move Beethoven or is that still Beethoven?
No, it's still Beethoven.
Oh, it just
maybe he's smiling more now. I don't know.
It was when you moved in the light, he looked totally different. He looked like ghostish. It was like, dude, he's sitting behind you, man.
No, he's just always grumpy. I can't do anything to make him smile. Just the way he is.
Oh, hey Don. I just want to say hey. Hey Don. Hey Angela. Hey Holly. Hey guys. Oh my God. Yeah, we totally have to do that. That's going to be so much fun. Yeah,
I have this link to this like book from, I think it's like 1880s. That is like 100 hats to make for your like apprentice workers. So like if you, as a shop owner, you have all these different types of hats you can make. You can make your workers wear. And I haven't tried any of them, but there's some really cool ones, and it's just paper folding. So,
totally. And I've got so many hats here, you guys, a bunch of hats that are up here. And I'm telling you, the whole hat thing, when Bree manifested that summer hat, because she
oh, that's right.
She borrowed my sun hat. Did you ever show everybody? I think you showed everybody your hat. I think I can't remember.
I didn't. It's actually still in my car.
Because she told the story about it, but it was so funny how she just manifested that dang hat.
It was in the middle of the cloudscape by Vulcan. Vulcan, really? The artist, sculptor, 3D artist named Vulcan? Gosh, I tell you, that was our whole trip, was just like one thing after another.
It was crazy.
Yeah, it was incredible. So Wendy, let's talk a little bit about what you were sharing with me yesterday.
It was crazy. Yeah.
Oh, your internet's a little
let's do that. Yeah, I know. It's I'll try to slow down just a little bit. So let me know if I'm breaking up. I had an interesting situation come up. I had a client and a session, and I was drawing symbols, and I finished the symbols for her own. One of the things I do in my sessions, or I can just do specifically in my light language activations, is to send them electronically along with their video recording or whatever it is that I'm, doing for them. And so I sent them off, and all of a sudden I heard like, write some more, but this was for a different reason. And they said to me, these are sacred symbols and scripts of light. And I wrote them yesterday on today, and the date equaled 2. And while I was writing them, I was getting ready to meet with Bree at some point that day. And it's like, something told me to stop writing. And as soon as I stopped, I realized, I looked at the clock, and it was 12:22 p.m. And yesterday's date equaled 2. And then I saw the number 11, in my mind's eye, and I'm birth path number 11. If anybody doesn't know that, and Bree's the number 1. And so anyway, what I was hearing was something along the lines of, thank you for stepping through the lion's gate, and that these are these are new sacred circuits. And I say new because they're new. When I was writing them, now I've come to discover, which Bree and I've also seen a lot of now too, is a lot of us are getting the same symbols. It's as if we've seen the same symbols on ships together, or on planets together, or that we've read the same script books together, or that we studied under the same teachers or something. So many of us are receiving some of the same symbols. And so I was receiving this information, and they said to me, this is the sacred circuits from Sirius star system, A, B, and C. And these are being transmitted with the assistance of the Lyran Syrian Council. And they said these are transportational transmissions, that when we are looking at them, using them with intention, they literally help us. And they use the word transport and had me split it up. Transport, that these are portals. These are allow us to transport ourselves to, through trance, we move through the portal, but we're beginning to understand now we don't need to go into trance anymore. The next level of channeling is this, knowing that our guides, our team are always speaking through us. We're always channeling. And now we're beginning to understand we don't need to go into trance anymore in order to be able to do this. When I'm doing sessions, or when I'm doing these hangouts, they're speaking through me, through us, my team, your team, all of them are speaking through, and then I'm just translating it, interpreting it into English. So this is something that they wanted me to, one of the things they wanted me to reiterate about all this is we're changing the idea of what channeling actually is. And we're beginning to understand if you look back at how it used to be in the 60s, the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, as channeling changed and even now, there are channelers now who are channeling entities, beings, physical, non-physical beings, dragons. And it's interesting how I've seen such the same thing happening with other channels, as they're beginning to understand, oh, wait a minute, I'm already receiving and transmitting the information. I don't necessarily no longer need to identify it as a specific being. Because when I'm having a session with somebody, I can tell you guys, the emissaries of the Light Collective are all here. They're always here with me talking and sending information how you guys all need to receive it. So, hi, Don. Thanks for joining us. So one of the things that Bree and I've talked about in the past was when she and I used to hang out at my house where I used to live before. I told her before, I said I was getting downloads about different things about how if people were to, I was hearing how can I send light languages and symbols to the visually and the hearing impaired. So this was one thing that's always been in my mindset was, so I had people come to me who had asked me that. I know someone who's hearing impaired. How can light languages help them? And I said, well, the first things I was told was vibration, to have them actually put their hands on the speaker when we're speaking light languages so that they can feel it, because that's how they receive information. And now the second thing is that I was hearing, how can we express light languages to not just other cultures, other languages? And I told Bree, as soon as I found out she spoke Japanese, I said, one day you're going to be teaching light language or holding light language classes and hangouts in Japanese to introduce light languages to the Japanese, and have a situation where we have a Japanese, where we can do where she can do Japanese and English, or just Japanese, or translate or do both. So we had talked about that, and how do we reach other languages for those of us who don't speak other languages. And so one of the things that happened is you guys all came along. Each and every one of you that comes in these hangouts from all over the world speaks your own languages. And we're all being encouraged to, whether it's English or your own native language, to begin sharing this in your language to give people the courage to come out of their shells. So starting things and doing things in your own areas, and speaking your own native languages will help share this information in ways we haven't before. One of the things that I was receiving yesterday, which it was funny, as I was saying it to Bree, she was like, I knew you were going to say that. They also told me were in intentions of connections. So when we are viewing these symbols and writing them, receiving them, it sends an intention of connection that we want to transport. It was like this whole big downloaded message. So as I was writing these symbols, these are the ones I started with. And I started drawing them, and I don't always do them left to right, but this time I did. So I started drawing them left to right. And as I did, I started getting the information that I was writing on the sides. There's that symbol again, Bree, something about the masters and the bridge. And I don't know, the symbol keeps coming to me over and over and over again in slightly different variations, but very similar. And they said to me, it's like the bridge. It's like you are the masters, the bridge. You're helping those across the master bridge. And then they said to me, thank you for walking through the Lion's Gate. And as I started to do these symbols, I stopped and wrote 12:22 p.m. And yesterday was the 2nd. And then they said to me, what we'd like you to do is today, and tell people about this, is to literally, we want you to trace each one and stop at each one of the dots. I don't know if you guys can see, many of the sacred circuits that many of us receive have these little dots on the sides, on the ends. Some do, some don't. A lot of the Syrian sacred symbols have the circle on the end. So as I was doing this, they said to me, we'd like you to trace over each one, stop at each dot. And then after you finish the symbol, just take a breath. And then they said, we'd like you to do that with each one. And what they said to me was, we'd like you to read these as if you were reading Braille. And that kind of freaked me out. It really kind of freaked me out, because literally what they were showing me is they were saying to me, we'd like to introduce ourselves. We'd like to introduce this information in a new way. And by tracing it and stopping and breathing, you're actually receiving the information so that you may resend out the information in whatever way it means to you, in whatever you're doing. But the most important thing they said was to read it as if we were reading Braille, because they were showing me that I can feel them when I do this, that this allows me to literally feel them and experience them, their stories in ways that I maybe couldn't before. So it was very interesting how, and then for some reason they had me stop completely. Now I was already kind of overwhelmed with the symbols from, doing them for the client and then doing them yesterday. And then Bree and I had all this work to do. But I felt like they were telling me I needed to stop doing these and then to continue them at another point. And she and I have a lot of energy that, like that Lyran Syrian energy. And I know all of us in this room do. I know that Temple does. So it feels like all of this was supposed to be shared with you guys today. Like you know what I mean? I told Bree, I said, I don't know where or how or when. I said, but I think I'm supposed to share that today. And so it was very interesting how, and then I actually quit at, which one? I forget which one. I think I quit at this one yesterday, which kind of looks like a little bit like an anchor. And while we were talking today, I drew these and these. And so some of them, yes, like, anchor. Exactly. So I left right at the anchor, like we're anchoring in this information.
Wendy.
That's so amazing. Oh my God.
See, she says she can say my name 8 different ways and they all mean something different. So
hold on. I have all of a sudden a head full of questions. Okay. Alicia, I would like to hear what your current reaction to this information is, because I feel like this is just beginning. Like we've started to open up the can a little bit, and it's like it's peeking open, and I can't describe how I feel about all of this, because I think this gives a whole new layer to sacred circuitry and,
I feel like my circuits, you guys, in my body, like my literal electrics. Remember, we're all electronic beings. Our bodies can start and stop with electricity. Our hearts are electromagnetic pumps. So I feel like right now my synapses are going crazy right now. Like all of my circuitry in my body is like flashing, 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 flashing. That's how I feel right now. I'm so hot right now.
So,
All of a sudden, just in the last 2 minutes, my whole temperature when it rose like a lot.
me too. Yeah, me too. And so
Woo!
actually Don just he just typed something that I knew would be coming as we continue to, because we're trying to keep up with how fast this is all happening, you know. So so Don said, I would love to have a printout of that page, please. I've opened portals fairly recently. So thank you for sharing that, Don. And opening portals, I think, goes back to what Wendy was saying, you know, what were they?
Transportational transmissions, that really they're meant for us to transport ourselves into new ways, new dimensions, new realities, opening new portals here. Don, I would like, if you'd like to share and speak, please do. Please do feel free.
Well, that was that information was from, I think it was May of this year, I think it was, from that video that I shared with you. I opened, when I flushed the oceans, I opened all the portals.
Yes, I remember that.
Milky Way galaxy. I got negative confirmation on that because they had to clean up the oceans elsewhere as well. They wondered where all the radiation came from. But I can see the symbology that you shared there. And I would myself like to exercise that printout. And
Absolutely, I'd be happy to share it. And I think what I'll do is I'll continue whatever symbols and that they would like me to finish, and then I'll share it with you guys. I can put it on my website also, you know, on my blog post. But I'll send, you know, if you'd like, I'll just send you the photo, you know, personally, privately too.
Sure.
And any of you guys, I invite all of you to do that, or in whatever way you're guided.
I could actually speak light language to it probably. And
that was another thing that they said to me too, was the alchemization of me speaking in the light languages along with writing them and listening to all of your light. All of you guys are see, this is what they want me to understand, to help you guys understand too, is now you guys are all a part of this. Each and every one of you now are a part of this, these symbols, this information. And as I finish it, all of your energy will be there too. And then as we share this to each other and we use them, we're literally connecting to each other as well as to all of the information. I don't know how to articulate what it is that they tell me, but that's exactly what they're saying.
You're going to be actually opening a Stargate.
That's a very, and see, sometimes you guys, I don't even understand the information I'm getting or why I'm getting or what I'm supposed to do with it. But all I can do is go with how I'm guided. And by even bringing this up today, see how it opened up this door?
Yeah, it's like light language energy, the energy of light language, whether it's coming through our consciousness telepathically and we're not speaking it or whatever, if we're bringing through intentionally light language energy, it is a portal. Is it not? It's the field of the energy is literally transporting us into a different
what dimension, frequency? I mean, really, what? You know?
Right. So Dolores said something here. Dolores has a question and I'm excited. Oh, and
Temple too. Yeah, Temple's got a great comment there as well.
Yeah, read what Temple just wrote. And then Dolores, I'd like to hear your question. So Temple said, I can see this reaching so many and opening up new ways of communication for grids and codes and so much that previously some may have felt left out. I don't know why I'm reading this, Temple. Why don't you just I'm so used to reading.
Because I don't think I articulated it very well as I was typing out. So I was just visualizing how I see this type of code, especially if we think about Braille, right? So those that are blind can feel the Braille papers. Well, you, Wendy, connecting those dots can be raised in paper, allowing someone who is blind to be able to feel that. But now let's just take that a step further. So for those who have other bits and pieces impaired, I'm just going with Braille right now, but we have like those 3D pens already. I don't know if you guys have seen them, but this is a start to writing codes and accessing them in a different way, where things are now like 3D. They can feel the bumps and the divots. Like if you make a mountain, let's just say your code is a mountain and you're filling it in, they would now be able to feel that the pieces raised up over and go into those divots, and what that would do, because they're feeling it with their hand anyway. And so those codes are like a direct,
Yes.
So anyway,
yes.
something like that, I'm really excited now, Wendy. And
Well,
I'm
it's really interesting
again.
because they showed me, you know how sometimes, what do you call that? And I used to work for a printer. I should know this. It's not thermography, but it's when, when you get business cards and how they're raised, how you can have the raised lettering. I forgot what the name of that is. Anyway.
Yes.
So
embossing.
Yes, like embossing. And it's like they were showing me in my mind's eye as I was doing this, they were literally showing me how can we create these so that they're raised off the page so that people can actually touch them and feel the shapes of them who are, say, sight impaired.
Yes.
Or to speak light languages. How can we speak light languages? How can we send the concept of light languages to someone who is hearing impaired? These are the things that have been going through my head since the day I started speaking them. I don't have the answers. I'm hoping that if I share it with all of you, you guys will help me come up with the answers and ideas. And I don't know what technology's out there already for this type of situation. I have no clue. So maybe the answer's already out there right in plain sight, and I just don't know how to implement it.
There is Braille technology out there where
Exactly.
it's like a set of pins, say on a square.
Okay.
They come in contact with something and the surface is raised. You can
Okay.
do that with that type of technology,
Mm-hmm.
that writing, that symbology. And those symbols would then be conveyed through the touch.
Through the
of
touch.
the person.
Right. Because I'm thinking, when you do that, you can have, I think any printing companies can still do that, where they, they do the embossing of the business card. So I would think that in general, it would be a relatively simple thing to do. And, this really gives me a whole nother, you guys, this is how I expand my own creative. How can I share this in new ways? It really starts to make me think about me and the people, me and all of you guys who paint and do all of this stuff. Like Dolores, what if we were, maybe you already use acrylic paints, right? Are you already raising?
You know what?
Well, you're laughing because you're already doing
before
it.
I continue, can I? You know what? I just realized just now that I started with my language 10 years ago with my symbols, but I didn't know it was light language.
See? Exactly.
Impossible.
Look at her face.
Okay. Can I ask now my question now?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Okay. As you know, I wrote many symbols and many signs, but my first symbols were that one I want to show you, and I would very much like to hear from you what do you sense about them? What do you think? What information you can get when you see it? This is first.
It looks like salt.
Ooh, that looks a little bit like the one I drew the other day for a client that Bree opened my book and went, "Oh, I can't look at that."
It looks like the symbol.
Those symbols came to me 10 years ago. Okay.
Wow.
So isn't the symbol for Earth really similar to that?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Let me find
Wow.
it. Talking and showing, I'll find it.
Oh my
Okay.
God. That looks so much like, see, some of these I can't show you guys because I made them for private for other people. So I really don't like to do that. But, gosh, I wish I could find one that, Oh my goodness. You know what? I don't think she'll, well, hang on. That is crazy. I can't believe how similar
Yes, yes,
some of
yes, yes.
oh my God.
Okay, then.
And the fact that you made them 10 years ago and I started drawing
Yes.
mine about 5 or 6 years ago. Oh my God. I love that one.
But what do you, what kind of feelings or sense do you have
Well, see,
about? What do you
this is
think?
Funny
What
that you
have
show
some
this one.
information about them?
This one today, that one right there that feels like the Trinity. That's showing that the one. Wow. But you see, you guys, how
the first of my
one
signs or
symbol per
symbols.
page. Look at how one symbol per page can be so powerful. Wow.
And then
Wow. See, she's like me. Look at them all. Wow. I know. And I was so dismissive of all of my symbols and stuff. And Bree's looking at all my stuff going, Wendy. She just
I
kept
love
saying
that
my name
one.
over.
but I don't know what it means. I very much like that one.
I like that one too. It just feels like unity. Like, I don't know. I just see so many beautiful things and wow. This reminds me a lot. Jim, if you're watching, Jim, dude, I'm hoping he comes and shows his symbols someday because all of these symbols that we're drawing, I feel so connected to all of you and all of them and all of, you know what I mean? I feel different connections with all of us through them. Wow. These are really amazing. These are really powerful, you guys. I would suggest to you guys really watching this video and these portions of this more than once so that you can really start to take a look at these and absorb these symbols because we really do. We're like Temple said earlier, we're not even understanding the capacity.
I believe that has some connection with this, with the meanings of the people, of human.
What did you say?
That's awesome. I like that. I see what you're
Something
saying.
about human. I don't know what.
Almost like something connecting with the humans.
Yes, and that one is about a connection and communication.
I felt that one too. Yes, I really
Yes.
like that one too.
And I cannot find some one that I think it's about strength and courage and oh, that one. I believe that was the second or third symbol I wrote.
Oh my God, yes. You know, I want to tell you something, Angela. The day I met Bree and found out she was involved in marketing and social media, the day I met her, I told her, I told her, I want my light language symbols on everything. I want them on clothes and towels and hats and t-shirts and furniture. I want them everywhere. On my carpets. I want them everywhere. And now we're talking about that, how she's saying how cool they would be on t-shirts.
Do you think that you will manage with so much strong and new energy with symbols everywhere?
Yes. I mean, can you imagine how we'd all be so activated? And you know, I got that when I was walking around with my serious sacred symbol. I mean, on my necklace, you guys, I wore it the entire weekend and I kept hearing it over and over again. Every time I walk on the beach, every time I went into a room, every time I went into the ocean, every single time, every single thing got connected to this crystal and everything else is embedded in this crystal. Everything that we did over the weekend is embedded in this crystal. And I'm sharing that energy with all of you as you watch this video, whether you realize it or not. And all the connections and all the serious connections and the turtle and me and Bree and all the light languages, everything we did the entire weekend, everything that's happened since I've owned this, since it became in my world, is a part of this and a part of me and now a part of all of you. That is how important and significant this is. And all the symbols that she just showed, what Angela just said about it being on clothing. This has been my dream from day one. day one. And now I'm meeting people in my life like Bree and other people who are I know are instrumental in facilitating that with me. I know it beyond a shadow of a doubt. Do I know how to do this myself? Nope. Just like we talked about before. But, you know, I didn't know how to do Zoom until yesterday either, not like this. So, you know what I mean? It's just, I have to remember all the things. Remember when we wanted what we have now. Remember of all the things that you guys didn't understand or didn't know how to do, or we didn't know how to tie our shoes or walk or talk or drive, or we didn't know how to do any of this stuff, but we learned and we did it scared. So all of this whole thing has just been just an amazing, just once again, you guys blow my mind away again because of everything that we shared today and your symbols. Look at that, how long you've been writing symbols and didn't even realize. And how many people have come to me and said, oh my God, Wendy, I'm so glad you shared your symbols because I've been doing this all my life and I had no idea what I was doing. And now this whole thing with the raised letters has given me a whole new thing about, you know, how can we get this out there to reach other people who don't necessarily have the same senses or sensations that we do. And how can we get this information out there in different ways? And I think clothing and articles and physical reality and posting this stuff and all of it, I think is a huge part of what we're all being yearning to do. And ever since I started speaking them and drawing them, it has been a part of my whole being to want to share this in big ways like that. And I said the same thing when I first started writing my own symbols. I thought, wow, how awesome these would be on clothing and on towels and on stuff, furniture, you know, draperies. Just so the day is that we were all envisioning it. So that I already know we've all right now shifted into that reality. That reality now exists and we will all be creating that. And I know I will be, there's already people out there doing that. We're already meeting people who are already doing it, putting their light language symbols out there on towels and tote bags and clothing. And there's already people doing it. And they were not, and none of them were doing it when I started thinking about it. But yet look at how I put the idea out there in my own mind. And now I'm seeing the reality in which other people are already doing it. That's my point. So that's how we change our reality. That is how we create what we want. So, wow. Yeah, we're kind of running late, you guys here. So, I mean, not late, but you're probably running on getting to the end of our day here. And
I found the Earth symbol. And
oh, you did?
From Stargate. I thought that this was from somewhere else, but I'm assuming they mean the movie and TV series Stargate, which are great, by the way. So let me see if I can share this quickly here. Can you guys see this?
Yep. Wow.
So
interesting.
I thought of Dolores when you had showed that first symbol. And then let's see, there was one other one that was basically like a triangle, but then there was just a line near the bottom of the triangle. And that was another glyph representing Earth from somewhere else. So kind of interesting, right? Yeah.
I'd like to share something with you on that matter.
Yeah.
Don't take for granted the fact that everything that you see in the movies or in television
here's some of my too.
is not real. It is more or less a true representation of what is real. But most minds don't really grasp that.
Exactly.
Yeah, like we're being.
These really are physical.
Yes.
These are physical representations of an energetic set of codes of information that we interpret into a drawing. But if we can take this and visualize it as, and I've dreamt this a million times, you guys, if we can take this and pull it off the page and let it and watch it float around the room as if it was an actual multidimensional being, that's how we need to start looking at this stuff and using them as well.
And they are so familiar and so like mine.
It is, isn't it strange?
Similar, very much.
And some of them are, and I've had this conversation with other people where they asked me, do you always draw in black? Do you do different colors? It depends on the message. Sometimes it needs to be big and thick and black and bold lettering. Sometimes it's colors. Sometimes it's soft. Sometimes I'll use very fine markers. Sometimes I use big and black bold ones. Sometimes I use different colors. Maybe it's for a particular chakra. It's just however we're guided. So I'm glad that you showed those. And yeah, I will definitely, and thanks, Don, for adding that information, because it really solidifies and confirms and validates a lot of this information that I'm getting downloaded about this stuff and how to use them. And I'm realizing that as you guys give me your feedback, you're really validating what they've already told me, and about the portals, and even that the word portal is very important to me. It's a part of my being. It's a part of my family name. Very significant in my life. And so that world, that word itself has been part of my existence for a very long time. And so I've always known, when I broke out the word, I always knew that I was here to help open portals, even though I did not even understand what that meant or what that was. So yeah, I think that's a really great place to kind of wrap up today. Is there any other questions or comments out there, Bree?
So many beautiful comments always.
You guys are so awesome. I've been watching the chat, you know, just I'm really, and yeah, one of the things I do, you guys, on as one of my services is I actually create symbols. Like I'll do a video of symbols for, you know, where I do a light language activation where I'm speaking and I'm drawing, and then I send you the symbols that I get. And so that's kind of one of the services that I do for people. And I haven't actually started doing them where I draw them specifically and then mail them to people. I haven't. That's like not an option yet, but a lot of people have been asking me about that. And Bree and I talked about that, about the difference between receiving them electronically versus physically, and mailing them and shipping. So once I kind of get more involved in all of that, it's something that I've been thinking a lot about doing, because I also like to draw my symbols on other things that I like to alchemize and give to people. Like this is a seashell. And so I started drawing symbols on the seashells to alchemize, and then I give them away as gifts and things like that. So there's a lot of things that, you know, that we can incorporate, you know, these symbols on, but use your imagination, you guys, for yourself. What I do is I'll do these and I'll create these, and then I store like my jewelry in them, or my crystals, or, you know what I mean? And I actually use as an intention to connect to the sea life, the seashells, the pearls, I use it to connect with everything. So, so I wanted to show you guys that, you know, and this was just me playing around, you know, for myself. But then as I started playing with them, and then I told Bree when she was here to pick out a seashell, because I have a ton of them and I've collected. And she said, "Oh, but I need it signed," you know. So I drew her one, and then I made one for her mom and stuff. So yeah, these are all things that I want to do and that I want to incorporate, and I just haven't gotten. And I think about you all the time, Alicia, because her business, she does a lot of shipping and stuff and like that. And I'm just like, oh, you know, that's something I have to yet is but I'm morphing. I'm being able to set all these things up so I can.
Isn't that Wendy froze for me? So I didn't quite get that, but I got the gist of it. I think I got the gist of it, but.
Oh, now you muted yourself.
I can't wait for like when the time comes for a light language symbol source book. Like I love like all these, like this is just a random example here, but I love all these books that you can like look things up and get a bit of like history on it and a bit of like where it came from. And I just think eventually there will be enough information that we can have code book like this saying, you know, like in the beginning, this code started off from whatever system. And now like, just to give a little bit of background for like the historical minded people like myself, you know, but to be able to look things up and be like, it's all right here. And this is how I can learn and blah, blah, blah. So,
oh my God.
Anyway.
book. I cannot wait to go to your house and look at that book and meet you. And that is amazing. And that is so exciting. And you said source book. And then Don sent me a message. This is from source, right as you showed this. Talking about something else. And I'm freaking out right now. And when I think about that kind of stuff, my mind always goes to okay, so light language is like artwork. Speaking it is like, what I mean is the translation, the way that we each interpret it is like how we interpret artwork, right? So then, but there can also be a set meaning intended in delivering a message, whether it's through artwork or light language. And so I think with what you're saying, you're talking about sharing the set meaning and intention of a specific symbol, right?
Because so let's just take our world, our history as we know it in this now. Things change all the time. What the symbol meant, whatever, in like 1100s is probably not what it means today. Like we've changed that. And so having like a base information of where the symbol came from, I think is really nice for those people who really want to delve into like separating out bits and pieces of the birth of the symbol to help them better integrate it into their own artistic ways. Like that's just how my personality is. I have to dissect things and to know like, Bashar symbols. Wendy always shows Bashar symbols. Like this is the symbol for blah, blah, blah. Like that's super awesome. I find that very fascinating and I would like to know more about it, so.
And I do both too, you guys. I'll get like, they'll say to me, here's a symbol that means this, or I'll draw a page full of symbols and I'll be like, what's this all about? And then they'll say, well, this is this and this, and this is who we are. And this is what's transmitting. Sometimes I get nothing.
Right.
Nothing.
Right.
So
yeah, I'm excited for all the possibilities. I mean, Wendy, this really opened up, like my brain's even going, like this really opened up the idea board.
I'm really happy about that. I really am. And I wanted to share, you guys remember a few weeks ago, we talked about Florentine came on and was talking about how she got this idea for making energy boxes, to put outside your house, kind of like a mailbox where when people walk by, they feel the energy. Well, a gal had, one of my clients had she started writing her own serious symbols and she made a little box, just decorated it with, and instead of a vision board, she made a box and she covered it with all of these symbols, not just the ones from Sirius, but the ones that she's created. And then she's using that as her intention box when she writes something down or wants to say, change a behavior pattern or she wants to manifest something, she puts it in her box and in this little box with the symbols. And even the other day I got my little guy here and I had a little shiny penny laying there and my guide said, put it in there when you water your plants. Put the shiny and use a new shiny coin every time you water your plants with the intention that you are recognizing that you are always abundant. You recognize that you're already always abundant and you're always supported, always taken care of, always. That you will always have everything you need. And use that. You guys, this is powerful stuff. Intention is the language of dimension. So yeah, I think that's great. I'm really happy that we opened these doors today and I'll finish this and I'll share it with all you guys. And I just got some drops of water on my book. So hopefully it didn't mess it up, but
Oh, no.
I smeared all my words in my book, but that's okay. The symbols are saved.
I am, Wendy, for me lugging around putting it in my suitcase and not going to let you throw this out.
I was so happy she made me keep it though, because it really, even though it wasn't complete and wasn't what I wanted, because it wasn't perfect, you guys, I didn't want to keep it. I have a symbol almost just like that I did for a client. I'm so sorry. I have to show it. Oh my God, where is it? I know they will understand. Oh my God, where is it? Well, maybe I'm not allowed to show it because now I can't find it.
When I wrote these symbols, I didn't know what it is, but sometime later, I saw all the.
I covered up his name so you can't see who it's for, but look at the similarity, you guys. I just did this recently.
Yeah.
Yeah. What the heck?
No.
Oh my God.
Perfect.
I had to show you guys because, oh my God.
The symbols will take you places.
Transportational, baby. Transport. Damn, this was a good day. Another really, really good day.
Electrifying day.
Yeah, I'm going to have to show really quickly before we leave.
Yes.
The other Earth's glyphs, for lack of a better word. Okay, so by doing a simple Google search, can you guys see this?
Oh, yep.
Okay, so all I searched for was glyph Earth symbol. I was just trying to find this one, which is apparently from Stargate. And yes, thank you, Don. This is very true that, you know, the media, the Hollywood, all of it is always trying to actually activate us and awaken us in many different ways. So a lot of the stuff we see in movies and stuff is actually, you know, true.
Yeah.
So check some of this stuff out.
Look at that one, you guys, with the 3 dots. You know how many of them, look how much of my work I do with those dots? And
Me too.
and the same kind of symbol with the swirl, with the dots. And I mean, how is this possible if we aren't all having similar experiences or being on the same planets or ships or tapping into the same energy? I've never in my life seen these symbols on the internet or anywhere yet. How is it that we're all drawing them?
Me too.
I don't get it.
Oh, this is funny. I'm a simple
But
person.
we all are one, Wendy.
But we're all one, right? So we answer our own question, right? We're like, well, we're all one. So of course, why would y'all be so surprised?
Well,
You're like, 1 minute you say everything's connected, Wendy, and the next minute you go, God, isn't this a surprise?
Here are all of the symbols, the astrology symbols for the different planets. So Earth looks like a target. I wonder what the metaphor would be behind Earth being a target of perhaps attention in our ascension.
Ooh.
Interesting. And the sun being the.
And I've even said to Bree, how I even said last week, I think I mentioned how I even said to Bree one day, what if it's like a Ouija board and we're being given these symbols and each symbol means something and somehow we're supposed to, you know, kind of like put it together and okay, this symbol and then write and make a decode it, like decoding the answers somehow, you know what I mean? It's like, even though I know that's not even possible.
Well, look at these alchemy symbols.
And look at that, the alchemy for, fire and all of this stuff. If you guys listen to Bashar's 5 levels of mastery, and Willa, he channels Willa Hillikrissing, a being like 700 years in our future. And she's teaching us how to go through the levels of mastery, and each of these symbols represents each level. And it's a triangle, a wavy line, a circle, a dot. Each one represents a level of mastery. So this is very fascinating to me, how this is all happening with all of us. And really, if you guys think about it, think about our periodic table, our chemical, all of our chemical makeups, all are represented in symbols. Everything's represented by a symbol. A number is represented by a symbol. Everything's a language of light. Everything. They weren't kidding when they told me that.
Yeah.
Everything, including us.
Everything is light, made of light, in light, true light.
Can I see your symbol again, Dolores?
Which one? Last one?
The triangle one, yeah.
The triangle one.
Oh, you probably can't see it.
See, look at how she gets the same ones too.
Wow.
And even the 5. Look at that 5 thing.
Five, yeah.
Millions of times I've drawn that. And the one, every one of those, Alicia, I swear to God, I'm not saying I've done them exactly, but I'm telling you, look at even the ones on my board here
Oh,
guys, with the 5.
Wendy, look, those are more that can be connected with the dots.
Oh my God, look.
Yeah.
Yep.
Dots.
Holy.
Here.
That's some crazy crap, you guys.
Like
Wow.
them very much.
Wow.
Wow. Wow.
Wow on wow.
And remember, as Bashar would say, remember, wow is mom upside down, and we're all giving birth to something new.
Mhm.
Aw. And
Yeah. And Christy's right. Your higher self is helping you push the pen. You are exactly right. Because I'm telling you guys, when I'm writing these symbols, it's not like I'm sitting down going, okay, I want to write some symbols and I'm going to create some shapes. No, it does not.
No.
It does not happen that way. It happens the
No.
opposite. You are right. It's as if somebody's drawing, like moving my arm around the paper, drawing the symbols, because I am not making, it's like I'm not making them up. Like I'm not just doodling or drawing. It's almost like somebody's got something to say, and this is how it's interpreted. I don't know how else to explain it. It's crazy.
As I once told you that when I want to paint something and trying to paint something and doesn't succeed, you understand, I believe.
Yes.
And the next moment, okay, lead me, okay, Phew! Picture.
Exactly.
Finish in 2 hours.
That's inspiration. That's being in your bliss. That's how you guys, we physically don't age when you are creating your bliss and you're in your state of frequency, that you're in your highest joy and excitement. You literally do not physically age. That's why we stay younger and look younger, and we're happier, because we literally are not aging. We bypass time, which time is nothing but the experience of us moving through our parallel realities moment by moment. And depending on how fast or slow you move through them, the result is what we call time.
We are very old ladies.
You and I, but yeah, I got to quit talking, because I'm just like, yeah, I know you and I are just like the ancient, So yeah, wow, you guys, amazing day. Thank you so much, God. Bree and Don and Temple and Dolores and all you guys out there, and everyone Ivy and everyone who's come in and watched and stopped in and said hello. You guys evoke this in us by your questions, your comments, your support, your love, by the way I'm guided to talk about this stuff. And then I don't know why, but when I throw it out there, you guys all just jump right in. And that's why we do this. That's why we're setting all this up and doing this every week, so that we can experience this kind of joy and immeasurable support within each other. And I cannot tell you how grateful I am to each and every one of you for all of your time and support and comments, and not to mention all the rest of it, the sessions and the time, and all of that set aside. I mean, just all of this. And you guys just really you amaze me, and you inspire me every day to keep doing this. And every time why I question it, or whether I doubt, or whether I'm tired, or I'm having stuff going on in my own life and I don't feel physically or mentally equipped. I always know that no matter what, as soon as I turn on the camera, all that matters is this and us and you, and it all evaporates, every bit of it. And I come away feeling amazing and energized and charged up, and sometimes spent, because it's just so much that I'm receiving and generating. And it's not a bad spent. It's that spent that you feel when you've just had the most beautiful meal, or the best sex in your life, or the best, you went on the best vacation, or you saw the best movie, or listened to the best song, or just had the best conversation with someone, or you just had the most incredible silent time with yourself you've never had before. That's bliss. That's your bliss. That's when you don't age. And that's what happens to me when I'm with you guys. We lose all track of time and space. And all that happens is none of us are aging during this time together. You guys have got to understand this. I mean this literally. Your physical body does not age when you're in your bliss. And when we're sitting here for 2, 3, 4, 5 hours, and it feels like only 30 or a minute or an hour or 2 hours has passed, you've only physically aged the time that you have experienced time. This is how real this is, you guys. How when you change your frequency, you literally change how you experience and move through time, how you age, all of it, how you experience physical circumstances, and how we eliminate disease by creating your core frequency vibrating, just like the healers say. I see you vibrating in this perfect state of health, and I want you to see yourself vibrating there. And when you do, you move into that state of being. It's about the believing. Live. When you believe it, you be it and you live it. And we believe every word that we're saying here and doing. And so we live it because we believe it. And we believe in what we're doing. And Bree and I believe so passionately about what we're doing, and to keep doing this and to put it out there, and see what happens every week. You know, we don't know. We never have anything planned. And sometimes my guides have certain things they want to share. And sometimes, you know, or the best laid plans is I've got it all laid out and then I don't say a word of what I thought I was going to say, because they have other plans, because you guys are the ones who create it. You guys are the ones who create the new reality and paradigm where what I was going to say may go out the window because you need to hear something different, or we need to share something different. So I want to thank all of you for doing that for me, because you helped me do this and change and create these amazing sets of circumstances that I could never plan. I could never plan them. So I love you all so much. And thank you again, Bree, for making this happen and co-creating this all with me. And this is our new format. So thank you, all of you. We can hold lots of people. And we plan on doing a lot more things at different times of day. I want to do more things at different times of day too, so that those of you who can't experience these during the day on Wednesdays, we want to, open it up to lots of different kinds of hangouts. And so, and Alicia and I, we love doing card readings. And so you'll see lots of more, and me and Bree and classes. And I want to do more intimate stuff too. If you guys are interested, we can do little light language, personal hangout classes, small stuff where we're doing activations together and working on symbols. And I just really want to expand this. You guys tell me what you want to see and what you want to do, and how can we make this happen together. And of course, all of the services I already have on my page. I have so much fun with all this. So yeah, Bree, what else we got? What else do we have to say here before we say goodbye? Nash will tell you.
On that note, so in order to share with us what you do want to see more of, what you would be interested in engaging with us with, whether it be classes or anything like that, or comments about what's happening in your life, what this is all doing for you, what light language does for you. We want to be able to read those things during these Wednesdays and share other people's experiences and talk more about what this is doing to us on like the deep inner workings of our psyche and our energetic system and our soul. This is really intense and personal stuff that we're all going through, and some of it is kind of difficult to even put into words, as we often say. This is hard to put into words, but we find ways. So in order to share, you can go to languagesoflights.com, and on the contact page is where you'll have a little box, and anything you type in there will send directly to Wendy's email. So contact Wendy through there. There's also a donations button on that same page if you guys want to throw any coins in the direction. Wendy also has a PO box, and she accepts energy exchange through.
I always forget about that.
Yeah, so it's not always about
No, it's not always about money. And I'll tell you guys, I tell Bree this all the time. When she came here to my house to see all this, I said, you guys, I said, you guys, you have no idea how much love I feel from all of this stuff that I've received from all of you by way of gifts and donations. And I mean, I keep it all around me because you're all with me every moment, and everything I do is because of you and for you and by you. And so, yeah, really amazing when I receive these things. So thank you for bringing that up, Bree.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's so amazing. So we'll be continuing to do these Wednesdays with Wendy and light languages and exploring and transforming together every Wednesday at 1:11 p.m. Central Time. But yeah, other things are in the works.
When we're on time.
Oh, well, now that we got this all
now
set,
that we're getting it down to the pat, you guys, we'll be back on track on time again. So I appreciate y'all for your patience and your willingness to wait.
Right. I think I figured out finally the back, the technical stuff. So, all right. Well, I think we're good for today. We have been a little bit long, but it's all good. This stuff needed to come out. So thanks everybody for watching and joining us and your beautiful comments and talking in the live chat and joining the room. And we look forward to more incredible, beautiful gatherings coming up soon.
Yes, we do. And now I just have to figure out, okay, there I am. I was like, okay, now I just have to figure out how to stop streaming. And now
I can do that. I can do that.
Okay, good. So I wasn't sure if you could see that
so
for me. So
why don't you wrap up, Wendy?
That's what I was thinking. I think today, because we're a little late on time, I think I'm going to just share a little light language blessing, and I think we'll just exit with that. And I also wanted to say too that Bree, you got to let me know and the world know when you're ready to put yourself out there. And she did create her own business cards, and she does her own little healing modalities as well. So when she decides to hang out her shingle, but I just wanted to let you know that, if you guys want to get in contact, many of you, Bree. Many people say to me, how do I get a hold of Bree? So she does have a new business card, which she did. And Bree, do you want to give people your email address to contact you or not?
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I can post that in the live chat here.
Okay.
And of course, because the energy clearing protocol is more than just healing from Lyme disease. It's quantum anything. So,
but Bree also has done light language activations for people. She's really starting to get her, put herself out there, and light language ability activations and sessions and self-healing and galactic youth guidance. And I wanted to put that out there, you guys, that, this whole youth thing and children and Bree and me and I've really been pushing her, and she's already been expressing that in herself. But you guys, again, I'm going to talk, it's all about the kids. And this whole idea of galactic youth guidance I love how you worded that, because it's about starting with the children and teaching them how to do this from a young age so that they don't end up like us 10, 20, 30, 40 years later, wondering how to stop all these belief systems that are not part of our divine path. And so I think that's very important, that the work that you're doing, Bree, with the kids, and to be able to even offer that idea of galactic youth guidance. And of course, if you're under 21, please make sure your parents are aware and involved, and, because we don't want to step on any, overstep any boundaries. So, but I think it's important that we put that out there. So anyway, I guess maybe that was one of the things I was supposed to say before we left today.
Thank you. Yeah. And actually, on the note of me putting my everything out there, my light language and everything, I do have a YouTube channel, which I'm talking on the YouTube live chat with, and I'm going to be posting the video you and I made together.
I meant to ask you that if we did a video together here, and I forgot about it. I was like, oh yeah, we got to post it.
It was so freaking fun. Oh my God.
We had so much fun, and it was impromptu, you guys. It was just I was like, hey, Bree, you got your camera? Hey, prop it up. Let's do a video.
Yes, it was perfect. It was right before I left. And then on that same day or the day before, I can't even remember, I had a really intense moment with dragonflies. Yeah. And so I'll be sharing that video.
Oh yeah, she did a video here. She says to me, I had a Wendy moment. She says, now I know what it's like. I walked downstairs and this dragonfly was talking to me, and I know you'll understand this. And I had to make a video, and I like, yep, this is what happens when you come to my world.
I was walking down the stairs from Wendy's porch upstairs down, and it was outside. And all of a sudden, this blue dragonfly came and flew and landed on the step in front of me as I was walking down. And then as I took a step, it flew down to the next step. And it was each step, this dragonfly was flying down as I was walking. And I immediately knew, like, this is me in like guidance, dragonfly guide sort of form, which we've been talking about, dragonfly spirit guide
A lot.
guides. And
Look up dragonfly totem, you guys.
yeah, check it
An
out.
animal spirit.
There was another one, so I'll be posting that on my channel because it was so magical, and I was just in like.
And I haven't even gotten to watch the whole thing yet. She showed me bits and pieces of it, and so we haven't watched. Maybe she has, but I haven't watched the one we did together, and I haven't watched fully the one she did with the dragonflies down here. So, so yeah, that's going to be pretty cool. But I told her, I said, isn't it neat to discover how that feels when you just get this deep inspiration, and you realize in that moment, yes, I really am talking to the Dragonfly Collective, and I cannot deny this. I can't deny it.
The feeling of interconnectedness to all that is in that moment for me was incredibly profound. And I think that's what we're all starting to get more glimpses of. And
even though Bree's been with me and she's been watching my videos and she's been in my house and we've done videos together, until she experienced it for herself, I could have never explained to her what I experienced until she experienced it, because there aren't any words. There just aren't. Until you have it happen to you, you can't explain how you feel so deeply connected to that moment, that thing, but yet you're not only connected to that moment in that dragonfly, somehow you realize you're connected to everything in that moment. I mean, like completely.
Wendy,
Yes.
I'm wearing this dress
It's
that
the
I
same
was
dress
wearing in the video that we did together.
Yes.
Right before I left your house, you gave me this very special
The rock,
stone
the stone.
that
Yes.
I've been carrying with me since
You
gave it.
have been?
This is
She's
my
like,
new.
Wendy. Of course.
There's something really special about this because I can't describe the texture, but it literally feels like a hardened piece of like dough or
So hard to. This stone. I was just walking one day, and this stone, I swear to you, and I'm a stone speaker. I know I speak to the stone, and I picked up the stone and I held it in my hand, and I was so connected to this thing. And I've had it for a little while, a few months now, and I had it laying on my altar here. And right before Bree was getting into pack to leave, I said, I keep feeling that there's something else I haven't given you or shown you. And I walked around my room and I'm looking, I'm like, what, you guys, what are you trying to tell me? And I look around and there, it was like, I heard it. Hey, psst. And I pick up this stone and I said to Bree, you got to feel this. And she's like feeling it and touching it. And and all of a sudden I heard it needs to go home with her. Somehow she needed to have that last piece of our puzzle.
Oh, thank you. This is the energy I feel from this is really indescribable. And my dress, it's kind of hard to show, but basically there's like this same shape.
That same shape is like all on her dress. And I handed it to her and I'm like, oh my God, look at your dress. It's got the same shape. And it was as if the world was I was getting this cosmic confirmation that this stone needed to go with her and that there was information for her. And I can't explain it.
Yeah. And so thank you for this. And I'm glad this got to say hello to everybody today. This special stone. My friend was like, it looks like a bicycle seat.
And it does. And it looks like a triangle. It looks like a teardrop, a water drop, and everything that she even said, it looks like a water drop. Oh, and then there's
that at the ocean shore when I went on a road trip with Ade to Delaware to visit Katie. I don't know
nice.
Yeah, this was from the ocean too. So anyway, with that said, yeah, I'm posting my YouTube channel there in the link too. So
Bree?
What's up, Don?
When you hold that stone, hum M's into it.
Hum M's. Mm.
That level.
Okay.
Okay.
I will try that out.
And
Ooh, you just gave me a vibe, Don. I was like, it was like all of a sudden I got this.
do that to your tone. Do that when you hold a stone. Tone it. It's a frequency.
Yeah.
Because
Ooh.
I've been doing that recently, just like I guess I've just felt guided to do that.
I know that that's what you do with crystal skulls.
Yep. Because even he said, Bashar said, the 13 crystal skulls, the masters of used to sit around it in Atlantis. The Atlantis masters used to sit around and they would chant and tone to the skulls, and they would literally send or receive information through the tonations through to the skulls, just by toning and back and forth to them.
Yeah.
And chanting.
It that gets into a whole
Oh, I know. That's a
discussion.
whole nother thing. And it was weird because I told Bree this yesterday. I said, they told me I'm speaker new and a stone speaker. And somehow that stone is somehow also a connection to the speakers, the stone speakers. And like, I know you have to be one of them, Bree. How could you not?
Of course, I know.
I mean,
know
how
I
could you
am.
not?
I know that I am. And again, it's coming back to owning it, right? Which we're all slowly.
Oh, and what's your YouTube channel name? Someone asked.
Oh, I'm gonna post it in the
Oh,
live.
okay. Okay.
As soon as you handed this to me, Wendy, and I felt it, you remember I said, that's not from Earth.
Yeah, she did. She's like, that can't be from Earth.
I really don't
That's
think
not
this,
from Earth.
there's something weird about it. The texture, it's like
It's just the way it, I don't know how it's hard to explain, you guys. It almost feels like it can bend, but it can't.
Yeah.
It's strange.
Which isn't that how in the higher dimensions
Yes.
back in Lemuria times, that's how they were able to actually form crystals and make
large stone.
That's maybe how I made my crystal back when I was a Lemurian.
Exactly.
This, and there is a pyramid inside of it. I don't know. But anyway,
Awesome.
Don't need to be doing show and tell. We should probably
yeah, we gotta go.
Probably go, but
and poor Dolores, I forget she's in Croatia, so it's probably the wee hours of the morning almost.
Almost midnight.
Almost midnight. So yeah, we better let her go. So, oh my God, that was great. What a great segue to the ending here. So thank you guys, all of you. Thank you, Bree. I'm so happy that you brought that out, and it warms my heart to know how special it is to you. And it really does. It means a lot to me that you feel what I felt. And I that time that we had together, not only before, I mean, not just during the event, but the time that we had together beforehand and it was just that we had together, and it just felt so quick. And then I even told her, I said, it feels so strange that she's not here, almost like she just went somewhere and I'm waiting for her to come back home or something. It's a very strange feeling. I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah, it's weird. Like we said, I feel like everything's different. I can't even say I feel like everything's the same but different. It's not the same. Everything's different. Everything's different. So
and thank you all for shifting with us. Thank you to all of you, because you couldn't be having this experience with us if you hadn't shifted right along with us, because you're all in our vibration. And we yours. And we yours. You have to remember that, you guys. We are no different, no better, no higher than you are. You can't be here having this interaction if we weren't all in the same exact frequency. You can't. The dial doesn't work. So Nashara kisa no pala kasonotela kesana sepesha no sola heliki lezomatela kesono solasha no teleki ina malase stakora shono sela kiliananaki palashara kasola sotea nigari namariatori hunala sonaya nayahi no shala. It's so beautiful in my world. because of you. Nishiana Kula, Amahala, Siano Toya, Mahakiashana. Mahala, Namaste, Nyashoke.